Get nasty on a Tuesday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
I almost said Wednesday.
Carey Davis.
I didn't even know.
Jamie Rivers and Jamar Smith, Anthony Stalter. It does feel weird, right? It already feels like it could be
like a
middle of the
longer
week or
I honestly
Monday.
thought it was Wednesday.
I did too.
I started planning meetings and texting people and and they're like, what? Like one of my buddies like, dude, what? I'm like, it's tomorrow, Thursday tomorrow. He's like, whoa.
Buddy, did nobody
He's like,
tell you?
we can meet Thursday, but that's not tomorrow.
I felt that way too driving in today.
It was already Wednesday?
I thought tomorrow was Thursday night football for some reason.
No.
I don't
Why
know.
are we all jacked up?
Hold on. You know why?
Tell us.
Because that damn Monday night football game put your ass to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot it was even happening.
Yeah, I guess
that had to happen 2 days ago.
That's one of the worst football games I've ever seen in my
Just
life.
go to sleep, man.
Guys,
Go to bed.
I'm going to be honest with you here. I didn't see the second half.
No?
Oh, you missed all the scoring.
Actually, didn't even. It's not that I didn't see it. I didn't watch it.
Oh, 10 points, huh?
I know I
the
missed
second
the quote unquote exciting part.
What was that? Which part was
Well, I
that
think
be?
one touchdown, right?
Oh, yeah.
What don't two?
Yeah, two. Yeah,
I got the two.
Guys, I was way off.
14 points in the second
Yeah,
half.
Jalen Hurts had a nice pass to Devontae Smith, who went up over the DB, made a nice play on it, 10-0. You thought, okay, well, this one's over. But no, the Packers stormed back, made it a game.
And punched it in.
They punched it in.
Jacobs.
Yeah. Benefited mostly from a PI on that drive, but hey.
Then there was nothing else.
Private investigator?
No, pass interference.
Yeah, he was trying to
personal
search.
injury.
The PI was searching for the
I told you.
offense.
It's pass interference.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That's my third guess.
Well, defensive pass interference.
Thank you, Marsh. Yes, because there is a
There's a
difference.
They call that DPI.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything really to talk about with the Eagles. They're the same team. Doesn't matter if it's a rock fight like it was last night or if it's a shootout. They don't care. They're going to find a way to win. That has become the narrative, and I think it's a pretty strong and accurate narrative with the Eagles. The real questions are on the other side with the Green Bay Packers. And as Jamie, you were pointing out, in their losses this season, they have allowed 10 points, 13 points.
Well, they've scored.
And 7 points. That's how much they've. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Scored,
you're right.
yeah.
How many points they've scored? Thank you.
How many have they allowed in those losses?
13, 16, and 10.
That's
However
good
you want to
defense.
go. Yeah. However you want to go with it. Defense clearly not the issue for the Packers. Offense certainly is. And can we trust Jordan Love? The answer is no.
So you remember you asked me a couple of weeks ago or last week, you were like, how is it when, or maybe it was you, when the defense has to keep going out there on the field?
Yeah, I asked you. I was like,
what is the
anybody
conversation like? And I'm saying, well, when the defense has to keep going on the field because the offense isn't putting up points, them guys they get pissed off. But when the defense allows 13 points, 16 points, and 10 points, and they still lose, they looking over in the locker room like, hey, sometime today, sometime this week, give me something. You got a big play, a touchdown. You give me 14 points and we'll find a way to win. And damn it, that's really you give
Sorry,
me 14
man, couldn't
points.
quite get there.
2 touchdowns. If you can give me 2 touchdowns, the Packers might be undefeated.
Maybe.
Like, seriously. That's ridiculous.
And what's really strange is that Jordan Love had a 3-stretch game in which he was excellent. In fact, after the Steelers game, we came on the airwaves. I said, well, he's not the MVP, but maybe Jordan Love's in the picture. 2 games later, I think it stands to reason you have to have a conversation about whether or not he's one of the biggest issues.
Well, this is your fault then.
This is my fault.
Yeah. Which I'm totally cool with.
I know. You're good with me taking the blame on this. Matt LaFleur's a really good coach. He's a really good offensive mind. That's been established. He has won, and when I say win, I mean, he hasn't obviously won a Super Bowl, hasn't won a title, but he clearly has worked well with Jordan Love when the big question is, all right, you moved on from Aaron Rodgers, huh? This is your problem now. Well, they made the playoffs last year. They're still on track, I guess, to make the playoffs right now. He's a good coach. But if they don't figure out this offense in short order, you're going to waste one of the better defensive efforts in the NFL this season. I mean, it's rough. What are you seeing, Carey? What are you seeing out of maybe not a love specifically, but the offense?
It just doesn't look like they're connected in terms of making.
When do we talk about the Blues?
Well, that's next. That's
yeah.
the next segment.
Okay.
They're not connected either. I don't know what the hell, but we'll get to it. But no, just
That's connected to this discussion, that's for sure.
No, they are. It's all ties in. When you don't play well, you lump all of them together. You put them all in one pot and mix it up and pull out what you need to pull out. Offensively, I think they just, I don't know if it's a Jordan Love issue or if it's an offensive schematic. Like, all of their receivers, to me, feel like the same guy. Like, they don't have an elite receiver. I know they went out and drafted Matthew Golden in the first round, but Watson, Dobbs, like, all of these guys are good receivers, but there's not an elite receiver amongst them, in my opinion. Like, they're really good NFL receivers. If they were on the Eagles, they'd be a third or fourth receiver. If they were on most teams, they would probably be 3 or 4s. But they're number ones. And they did try to correct it, but I don't know if it's a receiver not getting – I know it's not the play calling, because we've seen Matt LaFleur really be a genius. And we get a text that says Kraft is out. But even when Kraft was playing, they still –
He just got out last week.
But even with that, they still – systematically just feel like just a bunch of guys. Kraft was your best, most elite receiver at the tight end position. They don't have an elite receiver, in my opinion. Christian Watson is a guy that they feel can stretch the field, but I just need to see the explosive, big, okay. And when I watch the Green Bay Packers play football, offensively, in terms of the passing game, I'm never overly impressed with something that a receiver did, whether it's a route, whether it's getting open, whether it's a big catch. And so I don't know if it's the receiver situation or if it's a quarterback not able to get them the ball in that regard type of situation.
Yeah, and Christian Watson more concerned with making sure the defense doesn't catch the ball instead of himself trying to catch the ball towards the end zone last night.
Yeah. Well, at least he was healthy.
That is true, yeah.
He was kind of thinking on the play.
The other thing, too, I think, with Jordan Love, he seemingly is he wants to take the big shot. Tom Brady was so good at simply taking the profits, he called it, right? Take the profits. If they're giving you 4, take the 4. If they're giving you 6, take the 6. Eventually, you do have to you have to throw vertically.
Well, eventually they start to get antsy too.
You start to creep up a little bit. Then you can take your shot. But I always liked how Tom Brady thought, where I don't need to hit on 7 big plays. I need about 3. 2 might even be fine. Otherwise, take the profits. Short, first down, big shot, deep, you're done. Whereas Love almost thinks opposite, where he's constantly looking deep.
I think that's a young quarterback problem.
Maybe.
There's a lot of them that are always looking for the home run.
Well, it's either one or the other. It's either they want to all throw deep or none of them want to throw deep. It's seemingly that's the difference.
I don't disagree.
I think in order to have a successful offense, and I talked about this yesterday, you need to have all 5 guys, all 5 eligible receivers be a threat in the passing game. That way it stretches the field both vertically and horizontally. Like, you have to be able to put pressure on the defense saying, okay, if this is not open, I can check it down to my back at the line of scrimmage and he can go get me 6 yards. Now it's 2nd and 4 as opposed to 2nd and 10, right? It's being able to use all of your players in whatever scheme or whatever system you're having. But I do believe in order to be a successful offense, you have to be able to complete a deep pass every now and then. 2 times a game, because what you just said, it alleviates some of the stress from those safeties being in the box, and now it opens up the running game. It's kind of what I was telling you about the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. The reason why I thought the Kansas City Chiefs were going to get ran out of the building in the Super Bowl is because you got to make a decision. I got to stay deep and keep Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown from running past me, or I'm going to get gashed with the running game because I'm not allowed to I can't do both. So for the Packers, you have to be able to complete some of those passes downfield, and I don't think they have elite playmaking ability at the receiver position to do that, and I think that's part of it.
Kind of remind me of the Bills.
Yeah.
In that regard.
Yeah.
Where they've got some guys like Khalil Shakir is a good receiver. He's a good possession receiver. Romeo Doubs is a good receiver, is a good NFL receiver. But there's nobody that is going to, even when somebody's covered, Get the ball to him.
Right.
He'll make a play. It doesn't matter. It's like, what Jamie says about Brett Hall. I've scored,
400
covered. I've caught Justin Jefferson has caught 400 passes double covered.
Right.
And I'm not saying it has to be a prototypical number one wide receiver. I don't think that the Packers' only issues offensively is because they don't have a number one dude. But what you're saying, Carey, makes a lot of sense with them. And again, they're going to waste a strong defensive effort.
A Super Bowl championship caliber defense.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few teams that I think have those types of defenses. They are one of them. But if you can't score, the Houston Texans are another one. Like, they play defense better than most teams in the league. They can't get anything going offensively to save their lives.
Although,
the fact that they came back and won that game is still mind-blowing.
They, flip the script on Sunday. It's like, we'll play no defense, and then we'll get unbelievable offense in the second half.
Raider Jay brought up a good point, how this week started off bad, it ended bad. I didn't find Week 10 to be all that entertaining, and we talked about the parity within the NFL this year. Did you find this week in particular entertaining, and do you think that has to do with a lot of inconsistent teams?
Wow, I hadn't thought about it. Let me see here. The Thursday night game was the three primetime games were awful.
Yeah, they're bad.
You had the Raiders Broncos on Thursday night, a game that we wanted to forget about and largely have. Unfortunately, Carey's Steelers were a hot mess. And then last night you had zero offense. So the three primetime games were awful. You had
And I think that's what impacts the whole week, though.
You also had 3 blowouts in that late window on Sunday.
Yep.
So you come off of like an exciting finish in the Texans-Jaguars, for example. You're getting ready for the rest of the games. Here
Who's
you go.
watching that?
Seahawks. I'm just saying.
I get what
I'm
you're
just saying. Let's say you're just a casual fan.
Yes.
You play fantasy football
Red
and
zone.
you're watching the red zone,
Yep.
right? You're like, man, that was exciting. All right,
Yeah.
what do we got next? Seahawks get up 35-7 on the Cardinals. The Rams really were in control of the Niners virtually all game. Jamie's Lions pistol whipped the Commanders, and again, then you roll into the Sunday and Monday night game. So no, there weren't a lot of entertaining games, which is a shame because, and while my stupid Falcons lost, that one kind of set the table for a possible good Sunday. That was a good competitive game that went back and forth and came down to overtime. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't overly compelling. And the team that I thought looked the best and we learned the most about, the Patriots, that game wasn't that close in the second half. I never really thought the Bucs were going to come back in that one. So yeah, it wasn't that competitive.
And you think that's because of the parity?
I think a lot of it has to do with maybe not the parity, but what you said before with the inconsistent play, the inconsistent play of these teams. If Josh Allen isn't a superhero, the Bills might lose to the Dolphins or the Falcons or whoever. If Jordan Love isn't playing like a MVP candidate, the Packers can lose a game in which they only allow 10 points. So there seems to be a lot of, I don't know if it's bad coaching. Maybe it's a conversation we can have at some point later. I don't know if it's lack of coaching, lack of being prepared for a specific opponent, just the overall inconsistent play, maybe a watered down league.
Jamie, you had
Could be
your
one
hand
of
up.
anything.
No, shoulders bother me.
Gotcha.
Nope,
It's
you
just
raise your
stretching.
hand, ask a question.
That's true.
That's what you told me yesterday. Raise your hand, ask a question. What's your question?
Question is, do we even see Green Bay squeaking into the playoffs?
That's a damn good question because I was thinking about that as
Because I
well.
was looking at the standings.
They're third now.
They're not like third in their division, let alone the conference.
Yeah.
At 5-3, that's completely unimpressive. The Bears are 6-3.
Bears been playing their butts off.
That was a good call.
That was my bold prediction the other day.
The Packers won't make the playoffs.
That was my second half bold prediction.
Yeah, they might be out especially if the NFC West teams keep playing as well as they are.
So they got the Giants, they got Marsh's Vikings, they got the Lions, they got the Bears twice. They're in Denver. They got Baltimore, and then they got Marsh's Vikings twice. Really, it's going to come down to what they do against the Vikings and the Bears. If they split those, yeah, maybe they don't do it because I don't see them going into Detroit.
But they also have to worry about the rest of the conference here too, because although we thought there was going to be 3 playoff teams from the NFC North, it might just be the division winner at this point,
Right.
Because the NFC West might become the 3 playoff team division.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What stands out about tonight's line combinations for the Blues? We'll dive into that next on 101 ESPN. This month is a great month to head down to Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum. They have their Thanking You with the Thankful for You sales event. Over 1,000 vehicles all in one location. That's really the best part about Auto Centers Nissan. Yeah, they've got great deals, which I'll get to in a second. Yes, they've got an outstanding sales team that makes the car buying experience fun, but the selection is unbeatable. And the fact when you go to autocentersnissan.com and then go to the dealership out in Herculaneum, you'll see the exact vehicles that you perused online. So if you line up a couple of vehicles that you like, cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, they got them all. They got new Nissans. They've got pre-owned vehicles, different makes and models too. But when you search them out online and then you go down to the dealership, you will actually see the vehicles that you saw online. It's not a situation where they're saying, well, that one's at our South dealership location or that one is in wherever, and you don't actually get to test drive the vehicle that you want. Right now, deep dealer discounts on every remaining 2025 model mean the best prices of the year as 2026 models arrive. So we're talking about no payments for 6 months on select 2025 Nissan models, or get no money down and 0% APR for 60 months on 2025 Muranos and Pathfinders, as well as the all-new 2026 Rogue Platinum. That's 5 years interest-free. If you're shopping used, Auto Centers has you covered there, too. No money down and no payments for 3 months on select used vehicles, all priced to move, and every new Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. So check them out online at autocentersnissan.com. When you head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. The Blues take on the Flames tonight. The pregame will be right here on 101 ESPN starting at 6 o'clock, so immediately following our show. The puck will drop at 7 o'clock as the Blues once again look to, build some momentum at some point.
Yeah, they're 2-2-2 in the last 6 games.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe add to the momentum, start more momentum,
Sure.
create.
2-2.
Guys, just move along.
Okay. The projected lineup tonight: Buchnevich, Thomas, and Snuggerud. So that was the same top line that was at the start of the season. Shen, Suter, Bugstad, all of which can play center. Holloway, Dvorsky, Kyrou. Then Torpchenko, Sundqvist, Walker. Broberg, Parayko will be the top defensive pair, followed by Fowler, Falk, Tucker, and Kessel, and then Binnington will be in net tonight. Now, Marsh, I know that you had some thoughts on this projected lineup for the Blues. When it comes to what you're looking at now, what stands out?
Yeah, Holloway, Dvorsky, Kyrou. I find that line to be fun. The idea of it is fun because you have a line full of young guys, and I think there's a lot of creativity there. And obviously, Holloway and Kyrou being back together is something that we have grown fondly of, especially going back to last season. So to slide Dvorsky in there, I think that line could be exciting. Now, I don't know ultimately if that line will stick throughout the game, but I'm definitely intrigued by it, though. What do you think, Jamie?
There's no reason it shouldn't stick. Throughout the game, you're playing the Calgary Flames, who are just as bad as you are. In fact, might be worse.
Well, they are from the standings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have last change at home. So if you like what you're seeing out of that line, you should see it for the entire game. I'm still waiting. As much as I like this line of Dvorsky, Kyrou, and Holloway, I'm still waiting for the one game where they go Snuggerud, Dvorsky, Holloway. Similar, but three young guys. Like, not that Kyrou's an old guy by any means, but I like some of the creativeness. I don't really get the Schenn, Suter, Bjugstad line. Three centermen on one line. It's intriguing. Now, Schenn and Bjugstad have played the wing quite a bit in their careers, so we'll see how that works out. But, Monty did circle, in particular, the fourth line. And I don't know why we make such a big deal out of an identity line. Like, if I hear that one more time, like, every line can be an identity line. Like, if your top line's scoring goals, your identity's scoring goals, and your fourth line is, like, checking. Like,
The checking line.
we go back because we marry ourselves to the Fox, Torchenko, Walker. Like, that was the identity line, or go back to 2019 and it's Sundqvist, Steen, and Barishev's our identity line, which is great. It's fine. But it is this, I think this is the first game, regular season, that Sonny will center Walker and Torchenko. So if they can create some energy, and that's certainly a responsible line defensively, then, that does help you. It adds some stability to the front end of your, to the forward part of your roster, and we'll see how that rolls out. To me, the big question mark is going to be the top line. Thomas, Snuggie, and Booch. Like, what can they do? What can they do? If you have another game of kind of unproductive hockey, at what point does Monty start to really shuffle things up here and start to venture with Holloway, Thomas, and Snuggie? Holloway, Thomas, Kyrou. Like, Booch has got to get it going. He's got to get it going. If tonight's not a night, like, how long do you hang on to the experiment?
Can Booch get it going without Robert Thomas? Is that why he continues to play up there?
Can Booch get it going with Thomas?
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, yes.
Because he hasn't.
Right.
So, like, your argument is valid.
Yeah.
But at the same point, it's like, if you want that argument to be true, that means you'd have to be so good offensively with Robert Thomas that when you're away from him, you're like, it makes no sense to get him away from Thomas. But the points aren't there. The offensive threat is not there on a regular basis. So at some point, you've got to move the pieces around a little bit here, and I don't know what that looks like. So, but hopefully tonight's a night where Booch scores 3.
That'd be nice.
It'd be unbelievable. And as far as the back end is concerned, Broberg with Parayko, Fowler, Falk, Tucker, Kessel. I know that Skinner will be in the building tonight. He won't be suiting up. He'll be seventh defenseman tonight, which makes sense. He hasn't really even had a chance to practice or skate or really be with the guys at all. No sense just throwing him into the action. And Jordan Binnington gets a big start here for the Blues. So, you know what? We'll see if Jim Montgomery stays with this lineup or if there's portions that he keeps. I find that to be intriguing, too. If he keeps one line together or two lines together and shuffles the other ones, you'll find out quickly where he's happy and unhappy.
Yeah, I hope that it isn't one of those things where you see one line or two lines, hell, even 3 lines having success, and let's say one isn't, and then you shuffle the lines because that other line, let's just say it's the top line, isn't doing anything. To me, I'm like, do you want to sacrifice what you're having going good with the other 2 or 3 lines to get that top line going? And I understand those are your dudes.
Yeah.
You need to get them going. I think for me it's it's like a tug of war with my emotions surrounding that conversation.
Well, define what you would think, like if you think the other lines have it going.
Yeah, they're just playing hard. They're creating chances. They're doing what needs to be done. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, because you're right, because ultimately the top line has to be your alpha line.
I think it's like an eye test thing.
Yeah, but you got to get those guys going.
Yeah.
So maybe if you take some of the other guys who are playing well together, I understand. I don't want to mess up the line combination, but at some point you've got to get your $8 million players going. And I know that sounds crazy. They should be going anyways. And Thomas, I will put an asterisk there for Thomas. He was injured. If you look at his points for the season, they're still not the pace that he would like. I can tell you that for sure. But Robert Thomas sits right now at, where am I at here? 9 points in 12 games. It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
We got a text from Artificial Unintelligence. If Booch does not get it going soon, they're going to have to bench Carey again.
That's pretty good. That's funny.
I got nothing.
I'm sorry.
I got nothing.
That's
pretty
really
funny.
good.
That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well said, Mike. Mic drop on that one. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Please support the Countdown to Thanksgiving campaign to benefit Operation Food Search, hosted by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, Coca-Cola, and us here at 101 ESPN. You drop off a non-perishable food donation at any area Lee's or Hot Shots now through next Friday, November 21st. Every donation earns a free Coca-Cola beverage, and all food collected will go to Operation Food Search to help local families in need. And we've all seen that right now is a very important time to support our local area food banks. Each donor can also get entered to win a prize package that includes gift cards to Lee's, Hot Shots, as well as some hockey tickets. So get all the details on the Countdown to Thanksgiving to benefit Operation Food Search now at 101ESPN.com. We lost to the Rizzuto show overall, and of course we also have an individual loser for the Pick'em. Somebody in this room gets punished next with the airsoft gun here on 101 ESPN. Billiken basketball is back, and man, the Bills are off to a fantastic start. They're 3-0. They waxed Lindenwood last night, 109-66. And this Saturday night, SLU takes on Grand Canyon at Chaffetz Arena. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. It's the Lopes' first year in the Mountain West, and they were picked to finish fourth in the preseason poll, but they've never faced the Billikens in our house. This one should be fun. This is the 111th season of Billiken basketball and the 18th inside Chaffetz Arena, where SLU owns an incredible 221-79 record. Robbie Avila leads the charge. He's averaging 16 points and 16 and a half a game and earning spots on the Naismith, Oscar Robertson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award watch list. He's one of 3 1,000-point scorers on this SLU team, along with Paul Otieno and Dion Brown. The Bills lighten it up early. They look great offensively. Multiple players in double figures, and one of the top 10 teams right now in the country in terms of free throw percentages. Head coach Josh Schertz enters his 18th season as college head coach. He's boasting a 774 winning percentage. top 10 among all active coaches in the NCAA. So don't miss it. SLU, Grand Canyon. If you haven't been out to a SLU game or you haven't been out in a while, it's a lot of fun. Trust me on that one. This Saturday, 7 o'clock. Get your tickets now at slubillikens.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Last night, Monday Night Football. It was a thrilling one as the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Green Bay Packers 10-7. That concludes Week 10 of the NFL season. We will have our Week 10 NFL stack up later in the show, so stay tuned for that. We also just got talking about your St. Louis Blues. They'll take on the Calgary Flames tonight, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers and Anthony Stalter. Well, unfortunately for our guy, Andrew Marsh, he is facing punishment for losing Week 10 of our Pick'em Challenge. I had 10 points. Carey had 9. BK had 9, Jamie with 8, and Andrew Marsh with 7, and now he gets pelted with the airsoft gun for 3 shots. Marsh,
Yep.
are you ready to face your punishment?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. Jamie, if you can take over the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I have the...
Here.
Thank you.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I have the duty here
go
of
there.
shooting
Okay.
Andrew Marsh in the behind
okay.
3 times. So,
This way.
All right, so Anthony Stalter here's getting his spot, his markings here. Let's make sure we usually use the corner of this right here.
Yeah.
Is where your toes need to be, just so nobody gets shot unfairly, of course.
Of course.
All right, Andrew, do you have a preference of left or right to start?
It doesn't.
All right, right in the back, please.
Ready?
Here we go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, high upper left on that one right there.
That
we would
was-
call that top blocker.
Yeah, that was
if
good.
we're doing hockey
Yep.
here.
That's good. Good call.
Marsh
Yeah.
wearing sweatpants.
Yeah, that went right through.
Marshy, did you plan accordingly?
Nope.
No.
Now, Anthony, are you a same cheek kind of guy, or are you going to go
No.
opposite?
I'll go the other. I'm
well,
all
he's
full.
got 3, so he's going to get 2
You go
on
left,
1.
right, and then 5 hole.
I'm all All right, here we go. 3, 2,
Here we go.
I don't think. No,
You got to turn
I
again
think-
upside down.
Nope, not
Come
loaded.
Here. Come here, Anthony. He's so
Help
cute.
me.
He's so cute when he does this.
That sounded loaded.
I think we got it.
think we're good.
I think.
All right, Marshy. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh,
Yep, there it is.
that was
Upside
like
down.
center
Turn around.
mass.
Good.
All right. That was doing good.
All right, now,
no, yeah,
now, Anthony, you went top blocker, top glove. Let's see you go 5 hole here.
No, I can't do that to him. Which side you on there, Marshy? Right or left? I don't care.
Just go.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
that looked
top
like the
blocker
same
again.
Sorry,
All
Marsh.
right.
Here we go.
It hurt him more than you, Marshy.
guys, it was really painful for me.
It does hurt more, though, Marshy, overall, for the whole group to watch that, especially with the loss.
with a loss,
Like, I don't like to see it anyways, but like,
it's terrible. It really is.
That's bad, man. Really is good, guys.
And gals. All right, so Jamie, go ahead and lead our press conference
Jamie
today.
Rivers, 101 ESPN. Andrew, each week we always ask this of the contestants. Your biggest regret as a pick? Who let you down?
Kind of alluded to this yesterday. I actually wish I would have picked New England over Tampa Bay. Although Tampa Bay, they're coming off a bye. You know, New England, good team. This was probably one of their bigger tests of the year. I know they beat Buffalo, but now we're starting to see that Buffalo can lose to lesser teams. And we speak really highly of Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, so it was almost like a prove-it game for New England. And I thought Tampa Bay coming off a bye would get the job done, and they didn't.
Carey Davis, 101 ESPN. When you chose the New York Giants
Yeah.
over the Chicago Bears, have you not seen the Giants play football this year?
I have. That was a good pick. That was a good pick. If Jackson Dart doesn't get injured, I think the Giants win, and I'm probably the only person out of 8 of us, 10 of us, that picked the Giants. And so, I don't know. I thought it was a good pick at the time.
Anthony Stalter, Central Michigan University.
Wait, stop. What's the paper there called?
Come
on.
Give me a sec. I'll think of it. I actually rode for the Mount Pleasant Sun.
Okay, we'll
Mount
take
Pleasant
that.
Sun.
There we go. We'll
Anthony
take that.
Stalter, Mount Pleasant.
That qualifies.
Yeah. The Morning Sun, actually. Yeah, the Morning Sun. Marsh, is there a team that you now hate because of what they did to you? Because we developed kind of a hatred for the Texans a couple of weeks ago because they let us down. Is there a team now that you emerge from
Is there a
10
team now that you
hate?
associate that pain you went through with? Like,
Yeah.
every time you think of them, you're going to think of those 3 shots.
I don't know. Are you trying to?
I think he is. I think he's
Are you
trying to get you to go.
point towards the Steelers? Although
Yeah.
I still would have been shocked because we all had the Steelers.
Sure.
So
So-
if the Steelers would have won,
Yeah, but it would've
us
hurt
as
less 'cause we
us
would've
as a
won.
whole,
Jeremy.
Anthony?
Marshy.
Carey, we would have won. So I guess those shots wouldn't have hurt as much as they did. No, there's not really a team that I hate. I mean, maybe the Panthers.
Okay.
But then again, I feel like no
Everybody
one.
would have them.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
no, I don't really hate a specific team.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
See what you did there.
Don't have hatred in
Very
your
grown
heart.
up. A few-
Morning
No.
Sun writer.
The
What's your
morning
problem?
sun.
You have nothing to say right now.
No, I got 9.
No.
No,
No, no.
The Jags blew it. What'd I do?
You know what you did. You tainted the entire group.
We
with
all
your,
watched.
Here we go.
Did we all watch Pittsburgh?
Not once in my life would I have picked Pittsburgh, except for Pittsburgh going to the Super Bowl.
Here we go.
Yeah, they're not.
Did we all watch them the week before against
terrible.
the best team in the league?
We got suckered.
Get after the quarterback.
What?
We
They're the
did.
best
We got
team.
suckered.
Who?
The Colts. The best team in the league. We all had them number
Best
one.
record? No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, I didn't.
We did.
We did.
We as a
Well,
group put them in.
Yeah.
I didn't have them.
I didn't either. Actually.
You are part of the group as a whole.
Anthony.
Jamie.
I'm sorry. I had to.
You were.
You said me,
You
I said
deserved. You deserved it right now. He's so angry.
All right, Marsh. Punishment. served.
thank you.
Any other final words?
No, I have no final words.
Okay.
We just got to be better as a group.
Yeah.
Good point.
As Raheem Morris often says after
let's
losses.
No.
I don't know if we need
No,
to take
let's
his
not.
advice.
Hold on. We have to find a way.
But I don't.
Every time we have to find a way.
I don't like that though because they ultimately never do.
Which is funny is like, why don't you find a way?
He can't play.
He can coach.
Yeah, but
Why don't you find a way out of this city?
It's tough because they have the one highway that goes all the way around.
275.
Yeah. I got on 275 one time. It took me I was like, what?
285.
That is a nasty
One of them.
city to
And
drive
they got,
in,
what,
man.
70 that goes, or 75?
75,
Goes all
85.
out. Yeah.
Plus they got like you could take the detour, but somehow you just wind up right back on the thing.
Yeah, Big Ben again, kids.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that after one of us loses that we need to send the group a lengthy,
Apology?
not apology, but just kind of, what I was seeing out there in terms of the picks, while I'm driving through, getting some chicken or something. I'm just sending
Where
like
are
a
you
voice
driving?
memo.
Where are you getting chicken from?
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins style.
Yeah. Hey guys, I need to be better.
Oh my God. If you give me...
I was reviewing the film.
4 o'clock in the morning, though.
Yeah.
At 4 a.m.
If I get a message at 3 o'clock in the morning from one of you describing, what went wrong, what you'd like to work on, one, I am going to laugh. Two, I'm going to have to explain to Ashley why I'm laughing at 3:30 in the morning listening to a voicemail. And then 3, I'm going to be a little bit ticked off that I woke up to that. But that's third. It's
Just
last.
put it on silent.
Yeah.
Well, he's saying wake up to it.
What?
He loses, yet he's getting a message about
Yeah.
how we lost. And
I saw the whole series, Anthony. I know.
We all need to be
I was
better.
explaining it to Marsh, not you.
He's the one who brought it up.
No, but never mind.
You guys are confused.
Very.
And by you guys, I mean Jamie.
Shut up.
NFL more likely to. Carey put together some NFL more likely to questions, so we'll give you a bit of a tease right now that Carey and Jamie will forget. NFL more likely to be the next head coach fired, and then we got a list of guys. Brian Kelly. That's next.
He's going to get hired and
ESPN.
fired again.
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, the name you trust when it comes to buying a vehicle, whether it's a brand new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle. Let me tell you about Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. They are the best in the business. My family, myself, I've been a customer for over 25 years, and now my kids are customers. My girlfriend's a customer, and anytime we have an issue, we call Johnny Londoff or Jim Saffo out at the Autoplex, and they take care of it. Just last week, my son lost his keys, can't find them, had to get new keys made. We called Jim Saffo, sent somebody out. Before the end of the day, my son was driving again. That's the kind of customer service that you get from Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. And you hear me talk about the Autoplex. Yeah, there's 2 locations now. The original location in Florissant, Missouri, and the brand new Autoplex located out in St. Peters, right off of Highway 70. Both locations have great inventory and, again, exceptional customer service. I promise you that. So please visit either location. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. And then go on and enjoy your great experience while you purchase a vehicle from Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. If you can't get there in person, get there online. Visit them at londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
we're going to play NFL More Likely To. NFL More Likely To here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate you joining us today on this Tuesday here in St. Louis.
Not Wednesday.
Not Wednesday. No. We all thought coming into the show that it was Wednesday. In fact, I paused before I eventually said Tuesday. All right, here we go. Be the next coach fired. So NFL More Likely To be the next coach fired. Kevin Stefanski, who is with the Browns, Zach Taylor, who's the Bengals, or Mike McDaniels.
Oh, wow.
More likely to be the next coach
Those are three good racehorses.
fired.
When I wrote this down, initially, obviously, before last week, Mike McDaniels, they have already fired their general manager in Miami with the Dolphins. They said he's going to be there for the entire year. That's the expectation. Huge win against the Buffalo Bills. I think some of these guys are week to week.
He's back.
You know, like an injury. Week to week. He's good. Kevin Stefanski continues to trot Dylan Gabriel out there at quarterback.
Old shot putter.
Like, I watch him play football and try to throw the ball deep. Like, there's been questions
Is the
as to
ball
why.
heavier for him?
I think so. I think Tom Brady took air out of the ball.
Yeah.
He's probably has too much air in the
Put
ball.
ankle weights inside.
Yeah, it's heavy.
He's doing the thing that Jamie's coach did where he wanted to weigh his stick down. That made sense. This does not.
Well, sometimes you work out with a heavier ball because it helps.
Yeah, in
when
warm-ups, sure.
He's using that for regular
Maybe
games.
they're
Maybe he's
misplacing
confused.
it.
Yeah.
They got the wrong ball.
They got the
out there.
heavy balls that he's using instead.
Yeah.
So I saw a video on X last night of this guy who made a video of the worst throws of Week 10, and there were 3 honorable mentions, and then the top 10.
Yeah.
The first honorable mention was Justin Fields.
Okay.
The next 2 honorable
Makes
mentions
sense.
were Dylan Gabriel, and then the top 10 were all Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. He does it every week, though. Like, it's the same guy. He does it every
So
week.
it's a bit.
Yeah, and he's not wrong.
You've seen this.
I've seen it.
And it's not wrong.
It's usually the top 5 with 3 honorable mentions. I didn't see 10. Like, he every week. Because Dylan Gabriel throws the ball. So to answer the question, I think it's Kevin Stefanski. And he's a coach of the year. He's won it, I believe, multiple times. He's going to get fired, man. You can't keep trotting that kid out there and thinking this is going to help us win.
He can't, you may not have wanted Shedeur Sanders, but I'm sorry. You can't tell me that when you watch practice or drills or anything, that Shedeur Sanders doesn't show more upside than Dylan Gabriel. You can't tell me he doesn't. No matter what you think of Shedeur Sanders or the way he carried himself, because apparently, since all of that crap, he has carried himself very well in Cleveland, to where on off days he's even going to other places and continuing to practice on off days so that he's continuing to get better. Yet Kevin Stefanski refuses to play him because the ownership forced him into the organization.
Yeah.
Spin zone here. Maybe he wants to get fired. Maybe
Well,
he
we
wants
talk-
out of Cleveland, and
We
maybe
discussed that, too.
he wants that job in New York.
Sure.
Or
Maybe.
Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say, so I'm looking up Zach Taylor's contract right now. Zach Taylor has a contract extension with the Bengals that runs through 2026. So I don't think they're going to fire him because the Bengals notoriously are a cheap organization.
And you got to
That's
give
1
the guy,
year. That's 1 more year, though.
Doesn't matter.
but you got to give the guy a little bit of leniency
you?
here. Yeah, you do, because who the hell has played quarterback for this team in the last year and a half?
But that's part of the problem. Like,
I know, but then get rid of Joe Burrow.
It ain't his fault that they can't block for him. So, and the owner ain't going to fire his damn self.
They're not going to fire him.
Who's the GM there?
The Bengals GM is, what's his name?
I have no clue.
You got it? You looking it up?
I don't know.
You can't always blame the head coach for no offensive line.
I can't blame.
Duke Tobin.
I can blame the head coach
He's the de facto one.
for us not being able to find a way to keep our quarterback healthy and find a way to win games. And this is consistent. Like last year, defense, I mean, you're the head coach, right? You're the one that is, it all falls in your lap. If your defense allows 50 points a game, that's on you. Because you're putting people out there that obviously can't cover or stop a run or tackle.
I'm with you.
Like, that's on you. So This
But
is
the
the
coach
second
can't
consecutive.
tackle people.
Nah, hell, you kidding me? I'd be tackling the hell out of some players on the sideline.
Okay, but that not going to impact the game.
Right. He's gonna
Mike
tack-
T tried that one time on a special teams play.
Yeah, well, he did, didn't he? Yeah,
He
that
totally
was-
did.
that was, he's standing right there.
It's a bad look.
He was trying to get out the way.
Yeah,
man.
was he
So
really?
what happens is he's looking at the scoreboard.
He's looking at the scoreboard.
And it's a slight delay. Slight. But just enough to where you look up and don't realize, oh, God, he's right there.
Yeah.
And so he's
behind him.
I should have threw it. It happens.
I'm going to say Stefanski, too.
How long was Marvin Lewis with Cincinnati?
Oh, like
those teams-
16
there
years.
forever.
Okay, so can we?
That's what I'm saying, Zach. I think Zach Taylor's
it's
fine.
fine. I think it's fine.
That's what,
Those teams are
and-
terrible.
Marsh, exactly.
And the organization's excuse is going to be whether they believe they have a good offensive line. They're going to be like, "Hey, he's been without Joe Burrow."
Right.
He had Joe last year, and they didn't. They missed the playoffs.
Yeah, but they
You're
were
not
close.
You're not wrong,
They
but
were.
we also have to think about the ownership and how they think.
All right.
Yeah, or don't think.
Don't
Or
think.
don't think.
Clearly.
Yeah.
All right. NFL more likely to make the playoffs, the Bears or the Panthers? I got to
Bears.
go with the Bears. They're
Go Bears.
they're a better team.
Before last week, I would have said, I mean, the Panthers, you can't lose to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints ain't even, they got,
They're not even trying.
Minus
They-
95 point difference.
the Saints
What
stink,
the
man. And you
hell
lost
is
at
that?
home.
At home.
Like, to the Saints. I would initially, it would have been a closer matchup, but I think it's
Coming
the Bears
off a
right
game
now.
where you went to Lambeau and beat the Packers
Yeah.
in the elements. You go home, perfect conditions,
And lose to
and
the,
lose
to
to
the New
Tyler
Orleans
Shooks.
Saints.
Or the Taysom Hills.
Or the
Fighting
Taysom
Tyler
Hills. Holy smokes. I'll go with the Bears,
that was
better
bad.
team. More NFL more likely to not win their division. Bills, Ravens, or Chiefs? I got to go with the Bills on this one.
Oh, for sure.
I think the Patriots are better.
I think the Patriots are better as well. Can we have two? Because I think the Chiefs might not. Well, I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
You watch your mouth.
The Chiefs are third in their
I'll be
division.
rooting for them in like 2 weeks.
You
so.
will be. Well, no, you got a whole month and a half.
So the
No, once the Falcons are eliminated,
No,
and it's close.
it got to be the end of the season, brother. It can't be regular season. You said that. You can't. You got to wait till week 18 is over and the season, the regular season.
Can we get some clarification? Because you yesterday said
end of the regular season.
End of the regular season.
okay, so they have to like completely stop playing.
Yeah.
All right.
If they're playing on Sunday and you're cheering for another team, you're not a fan of that team.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Come on.
So basically, I have to be miserable for the next. Okay, fair.
For 6 more weeks.
Basically,
Got
just
it.
be, just be the same way you have been all season.
Okay. Don't worry, Jamie. I can do that.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I
scumbag.
know. Been doing it for years.
Okay.
The Chiefs
Got
are
any more? I got to watch that team, and now I got you.
Hey, he
Give
said
me
it
crap.
too.
I didn't say anything.
Both of you.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
I didn't do anything.
Anthony, you should really root for your team. Why do you hate your team?
Well, he
now
just
you get
He
it.
just wants a little integrity.
I mean, please.
Integrity.
If you pick a team, stick with it, okay,
I'm saying.
Anthony?
Or you can get 2 more teams
How-
if you
But
set the
stick with that.
How
parameters.
Stick with
dare
them.
you?
When it
How
got to be a
dare
regular
you.
season thing, clearly.
Look,
for
the
him.
Patriots were terrible for 2 years. I stuck with them. That kept him in my fold.
That's when he added 2 more
You
teams.
added the Bucks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
but
when
I
Tom
didn't- I
left, he
didn't-
added the Lions.
But I
Yeah.
didn't get rid of the Patriots. I kept them near and dear to my
Oh,
heart.
my God. This
My
guy.
heart.
I hope the Falcons win every single game the rest of the year.
That would be great.
No, you're not allowed to root for them.
We just
No, I
established
said he can root
this.
for him. He has to root for them.
I have to root for him.
You can't root for the Chiefs, who I think possibly won't win their division.
Now it's going to be the Bills.
They're third in their division right now.
I don't care if they
The
were.
Broncos are.
I don't care if they were 6, and that can't be.
It can't be 6. The only reason they're not last because the Raiders are in the division.
Oh, damn.
That was an unnecessary shot. Man.
But you're not wrong.
Anthony, I like this stretch coming up. Panthers, Saints, Jets.
Panthers already beat us by 35.
The Saints are hot.
And the Saints are hot.
And the Jets special
And the
teams
Jets
wise.
just-
The Jets are hot.
But hey, let's just say things go well. Then you have the Seahawks, the Bucks, the Cardinals, the Rams, and then the Saints.
Hey, very winnable.
That sounds terrible.
Raheem Morris already said they're going to maybe fix some stuff, so I'm excited.
You got to clean some things up.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Yeah. Like
Find a
Jurassic
way.
Park. You know? life, basically.
Yeah.
In that one documentary. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Life finds a way, Jamie.
It always does.
Whether it's dinosaurs or people.
Correct.
Yeah.
What about football teams?
Well, they're people.
Depends. If you're good. If you had a history maybe of never winning anything big, like some college football teams or like the crap team I root for, then you will never be either a Super Bowl contender or a national champion.
They're never going to get better when you dog on them like that. I mean, they
you gotta
hear
have
you.
some
You're not
confidence, man.
You're not gonna like what I have to say next about certain programs locally and just certain teams that are destined to never win anything big. That's next on 101 ESPN.
No.
Basketball season is in full swing, and you can turn your NBA hunches into cold, hard cash. You can make your entries at Underdog right here in Missouri. Take a couple of players, choose whether or not they're going to go higher or lower on their stats. We're talking about points, assists, rebounds. They even got fantasy points I absolutely love. Get your entries right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can play for as little as $1 as you want. And I've got a promo that you want to hear here in a second because I get you some free cash as well. But when it comes to playing on Underdog, super easy. So, for example, Jalen Brunson tonight. The Knicks are in Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. I like Jalen Brunson to go higher than 26.5 points. I like Karl Anthony Towns, therefore, to go lower than his 21.5 point total. I also got to add another player to that mix since I chose two Knicks players. So why don't we round it all out with SGA to go higher than 31.5 points tonight when the Thunder take on Carey's Warriors. However you want to play it, up to you, but make sure you do it at Underdog. Download the app today. Use my promo code Anthony to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older in President Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org. 3:07, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Now, Carey, you wanted to talk about your Illinois Fighting Illini.
Shocker.
As well as Mizzou.
Oh, boy.
Two programs with high hopes coming into the season. Both were ranked, both at various times through the season. In fact, Mizzou, up until last week, we thought, hey, you can still run the table here. You get in the playoffs. Obviously, that was going to be a tough task, Jamie. A tough task, but they could have done it. And now, again, both programs, they out. They're not going to the national championship. They're not going to the playoffs. But, Carey, you posed a question. Can programs like Mizzou and Illinois ever really be national championship contenders?
Yeah.
Yes, they can. Are you answering that? Or that was a question?
What's the question? Why would you pose that question?
Well, because obviously I am fond of my Fighting Illini.
Yes.
And people that are listening are fond of the Missouri Tigers. And for the second consecutive year, both programs have been right there on the cusp of potentially making the playoffs. Last year, we said that if Mizzou didn't make the playoffs, it would be a lost season, an unfortunate circumstance of events that took place where they didn't make the college football playoffs and they did not. I felt the same way for the Fighting Illini this year, ranked in the top 10 at one point and not even in the top 25 at this point to make a college football playoff run. And so the question that I was just wondering is, one, how do you change that narrative? How do you get to being one of the top 12 teams for an entire season if you are one of those programs? Is the margin for error that much smaller than an Alabama or a Texas or a Georgia? Like, what do you need to do in order to get into that conversation, not just for 1 year, but year after year after year? How do you make that happen?
Yeah, I understand the question, and it's a very good question. If I'm going to isolate Missouri on this one, if Bo Pribula, and apparently Bo Pribula got hurt a couple of weeks before his ankle injury. Eli Drinkwitz on record saying that he had an injury that was affecting his throwing arm, which is apparently why they ran him more and blah, blah, blah. But if you have a healthy Bo Pribula all year,
they ran him more with an ankle injury?
No,
arm injury.
Oh, the arm injury.
The ankle injury.
That makes more sense.
He had to leave the game immediately.
That happened at Vandy. Yeah, okay, got it.
Does Mizzou win the Vandy game with a healthy Bo Pribula? If so, they're still a two-loss team, because I'm going to say A&M still beats them. I'm going to say they do. And they could probably run the table of Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Arkansas. You're probably a playoff team if Bo Pribula stays healthy. Agree or not? Or at least right there.
I think you can't be a three-loss team.
No, I said we'd eliminate the Vandy loss.
So you're saying Bo Pribula stays healthy in that game, they win.
They win that game.
Got it.
And then I'm still going to say they would lose to A&M just because A&M was ranked so high. And then I think they would beat Mississippi State, Arkansas, Oklahoma, a little bit of a coin toss. Let's say they win that. So they end up as a two-loss team.
They're probably in the playoffs.
They're not that far off then, Carey.
Right.
To your question, at least about Mizzou, I don't know enough about Illinois. I'm not going to pretend to. But for Mizzou, they had two quarterbacks go down to a freshman quarterback, and obviously the season now is tanked at that point because there's no chance. But healthy Bo Pribula, maybe they're in there.
For Illinois, this is the second year where you lost to a team that it was the third loss. Last year was Penn State and Oregon. You lost to both of those teams on the road at Penn State and at Oregon. And then you came home and had a terrible loss to Minnesota. A Minnesota team, I don't know how many games Minnesota won last year, but that loss essentially put you out of the college football playoff picture because now you're a three-loss Big Ten team. Similar situation this year. Your two losses were to Indiana, who is ranked number 2 right now, and Ohio State, who is ranked number 1. And then you go out to Washington, and you have just a tough time doing anything well on the defensive side of getting stops. You lose to Washington, and now you're a 3-loss Big Ten team again, and then Washington goes and loses to Wisconsin last week, and that makes that loss feel even worse.
Even dirtier.
Even worse, man. And so I'm looking at these things, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what changes have to be made? Is it recruiting? Is it NIL? Or then I looked at Indiana, and we get a texter here, or just do what Indiana did. Is it hiring the right person or the right? Is it the coaching? And I think Drink and I do think Brett have done a fantastic job. And I think eventually they will, get to that point. But is it as simple as that for not just Illinois, Missouri, but for Vanderbilt, for fire up chips, right? How do you get in that conversation? No, he mentioned it in the office. He wanted to be a part of it. He said, "Look, he said, no. What? Illinois and Mizzou will never be there, and neither will my fire up chips." And I said, "Well, that's a hell of a spin, Anthony. We should talk about it." That's what he said. That's what he said in the office. I said, "What do you think about the Illinois?" He said, "Yeah, that's a great conversation." He said, "It'll never happen." Just like for my Central Michigan Chippewas. And I said, "Anthony, you might be onto something. Let's talk about it." So here we are. No,
I don't want facts to get in the way of a great narrative. What I said was, I'm in the same boat. I didn't say anything about Central Michigan. I was talking about the Falcons, who will never win a Super Bowl.
Well, there are teams. College football.
I'm pretty sure you were talking about the chips.
I was not.
We were talking college football.
He said.
My point is.
He said, "I understand. I'm in the same boat." I said, "Oh, the chips are kind of in the same boat. I should ask you about it on air."
Snack way able to get in.
I was not referring to my chips. I was referring to my Falcons. There are teams in any league, I don't care if it's college or pro, that are they were just invented to serve other teams. That's it.
Yeah.
And the Blues fans knew that up until 2019. They know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow. That's not true.
Up until 2019, they knew.
He's trying, but he's wrong.
Blues fans know what I'm talking about.
No, he's trying, but he's wrong.
Up until 2019, Blues fans thought to themselves, "No, we'll never see it."
But something changed, right? Something changed in 2019. So what do you need to do in order to
a great head coach that's going to put it all together? You can have a talented roster and a crap head coach, and it'll waste that talent.
We got a good text from Jackson's Hockey Council. If Illinois had Mizzou's defense and Mizzou had Illinois' offense, both would be in the CFP playoffs. And I think Mizzou defensively is outstanding.
Yeah.
They get after the quarterback. They play sound defense. We struggled on the defensive side, like we have. And offensively, we've been a really good football team. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know, man.
Can you combine them?
I don't think that the merger part of the CFP coming together. Okay. You want to relegate, and then some people want to merge. I don't think either are on the line for things that are happening.
Okay.
We get a text from Bano. It says Mizzou needs to leave the SEC. Indiana wouldn't be the same if they were in the SEC.
Indiana's in the Big Ten, though.
Yeah, I don't know what that test is about.
It's not like Indiana's in the ACC.
Yeah, but they should go to a real conference, the SEC.
Cut it out.
Oh, you're trying to fire up Carey.
Because you know what? I almost did.
You bit.
What Anthony did.
You were about to bite.
And it had nothing to do with that other program. It's all your fault. And I didn't do it.
I was conveying what the text line was trying to suggest.
It is an interesting thought, though. Let's just, for a second, put Mizzou back in the Big 12. I think Mizzou is right up there with those Big 12 teams.
Let's put Mizzou in the ACC.
They're winning it.
Absolutely.
There you go. Now they're in the playoffs.
100%.
See, sometimes it's where you go, Anthony. I don't know.
That is part of the conversation, though. You're in the SEC. It's a harder conference.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
It's a harder
If
conference.
Mizzou went to the Big Ten, it'd be a lot easier.
But Mizzou is not on the upper echelon of the SEC, so it will be tough. They almost have to have like one of those miraculous seasons, it feels like.
But I
at
don't
this
think
point.
that. Like, even this year, we break it down to if they beat Vanderbilt and they beat everybody else after Texas A&M, they're probably in the playoff.
How do you get to that?
How many times do you have to do that every year?
Right. How do you get to that part of your
But, Carey, they
program?
lost 2 quarterbacks.
I don't disagree.
And that's not like bad coaching.
I don't think
it's not bad offensive line.
So even with, they were losing against Vandy with Bo Prabula in the game. Like they weren't
you
dominating.
Can't tell me they don't
Vandy.
have a better chance to come back in that.
But I don't think. But they weren't dominating Vandy when Bo Prabula was in the game. It's not like it was.
Vandy wasn't
a rock
dominating
fight.
Mizzou either.
No, it was. They weren't. So I don't know that Bo helps them win that game specifically.
Let's say he does.
But I'm just saying
That's
let's
the
say
one.
he
That was a
doesn't. This is the
winnable
part
game.
of my
Marsh, you
argument.
like winnable games.
It was a winnable game for
was a
sure. So
winnable
was the
game.
game against Alabama. That was also a winnable
Well,
game.
actually, you're right. It's 100% right.
I don't know.
But there's
All I'm
something
saying is I
about
don't think
it.
Mizzou is so far off. Like to think about, like, oh, they're so far off from the Georgias. Yes, okay. But are they that far off from making the college playoff?
No.
They're one loss right now.
No, they're not that far off from making the college football
the question
playoff. But the
was
question was a national championship.
championships.
Like
those are
the
two
Falcons made the
bad-
playoffs 7 years ago. They're never going to make the. They're never going to win the Super Bowl.
I like
though.
my argument better.
Yeah, those are vastly different things. Like you
Closer
can be
to mine.
right there, but do you actually have a chance to win a national championship?
No.
Like how do you get?
No, there's certain programs that will never win.
Don't tell me that.
There's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm sorry you're faced right now with reality.
No.
But it's time to grow up, Carey.
No.
There are certain programs
grow up.
that can win a
Toys R
title,
Us kids.
certain
Peter Pan.
programs or teams that can't. And if you want to see said list, I've got it for you. Okay?
We had a texter text in
It's not about my chips.
saying that
No, it's not.
Always is. Always.
It's not.
we had a texter that texted in saying that Mizzou needs to basically hang on to more of their in-state, like the best in-state kids need to go to Mizzou.
I thought they were
have
doing that.
They have before.
For the most part, they have some kids. There's nothing you can
Maybe
do
all the
about
best
losing
Missouri
Ezekiel. I'm not
kids-
saying I'm not talking to you, Marsh.
Absolutely.
There's nothing you can do about losing
maybe all the
Ezekiel
best
Elliott to
Missouri-
Ohio State. Like,
But maybe the best Missouri kids aren't as good as some of the best Texas kids.
I did that. Now that
you
I will,
shut your mouth, Jamie.
because I have fought with college coaches, not physically, not literally, but
So I should put
have
them down
had,
then?
yeah, put them down.
Okay.
But I have had full on arguments with people who tell me
I said,
that,
what if?
If
I
you
didn't
can
say
play,
they are.
No, but that's a perception. Right, that's a perception. I mean, you look at Sunday, Isaiah Williams returned a punt for the New York Jets. He's a St. Louis kid. Jameson Williams had a hell of a day.
Kyron Williams, two tutties.
You can name
Sam
Laporta.
There are a bunch of St. Louis kids that are young men that are having success in both in college and in the NFL. So the notion that
How many kids in the NFL from Missouri as opposed to Texas, Florida?
so it was a
I'm
no
just
no no.
asking. It's not confrontational, Carey. Gosh.
No.
Put the brass knuckles away.
We're talking
breast knuckles?
Yeah, I would have to look at that. I'm sure that there are more. Texas is a bigger state, so clearly you're gonna have more people. I mean, I can show you a map. Yeah, you showed me a map.
Show me where all the Alberta kids are.
They're playing hockey in Nova Scotia, I think. I don't know.
Nova Scotia.
All the Alberta kids in Western Canada went to the most eastern part of Canada, Nova Scotia, to play hockey.
So there is a notion that Missouri kids aren't as talented, or St. Louis specifically, because that's where I'm going to go, that they aren't as talented as Miami kids or Los Angeles kids or Houston,
that's
Texas
not what
kids.
I'm saying, actually. What I'm saying is it's the law of averages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's, hypothetically, let's say 200,000 kids playing high school football in Texas, as opposed to 75,000 in the state of Missouri, the law of averages tells me there's going to be more kids coming out of one area.
Yeah, because you got more kids.
Just like in Canada, like Toronto produces more hockey players because the population of
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was my original statement.
I do hate when programs go out of state to fill their roster because, again, like I said, the notion is, oh, this kid plays in Florida, he's playing better talent. That's not always true. So, if you are a college coach and you are recruiting your area, I think you should lock in your area first, your surrounding states, your state, and the 2 to 3 hour radius. I think to a degree, but I think it's always. You got kids that leave and play in other places.
But that means maybe they just have a choice.
He's not going to get every kid.
You're not going to get every kid.
DLW.
Quite honestly, the one thing Drink has done since taking over is close off the borders pretty good.
Yeah.
Done a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, DLW, talking about Jeremiah Love going to Notre Dame. And
That'd be nice to have him.
Look, it would be, but...
Some of these kids maybe don't want to go to Mizzou.
Let's go to Notre Dame.
So that brings the conversation back is, in order for those kids to want to go to Mizzou, to go to Illinois, you have to be a perennial playoff team. You have to be in those conversations. Like a kid like Jeremiah Love, I'm sure he looked at Notre Dame and said, they're always going to be in the playoff football conversation or in the national championship conversation. Same thing with Ezekiel Elliott. Ohio State is always going to be in that conversation. In order to get those talented kids to stay in your home state, you have to always be in those conversations for a national championship in college playoff football.
Hey, fair
college
enough.
football playoffs.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We'll bet the board next.
Circus Sports coming to the state of Missouri. That's right, December, right around the corner. Circus Sports will be here, but until then, you can still use Circus Sports. Just download the Circus Sports Illinois app. Find it on the website or the App Store. It is user-friendly. You can bet on your favorite teams, players with ease. It is sports betting the way it should be. They've got parlays, the player props. They got tight money line splits. In fact, if I'm looking at some of the money line plays for tonight in the NHL, the one I love is the Toronto Maple Leafs at minus 135 going to the Bruins. Craig Berube just called out the entire team through the media, basically saying they're not committed to playing a full brand of hockey. I like the Leafs in that one. They also have great lines on futures bets over there at Circus Sports and the best odds of any app that is out there right now. All you got to do is get online, download the app, and you can bet like a pro with your Circus Sports Illinois app today. Don't miss out on any of the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Bet the Board. Four picks for your friends. It's time to bet the board with the Fast Lane.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time to bet the board here on 101 ESPN.
That was an old one, and I clicked the wrong one.
It's all right. Listen,
like
the board.
it,
Is that Mike Ryder on
It's
there?
Mike, solely Mike Ryder.
Oh my
I
gosh.
like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Should we keep it?
Yeah,
Can I hear the last part again with Ryder?
The board.
Oh, I'll show you
All
a
right.
break.
Yeah.
Whatever, Marshy.
All right, Marsh. How did everybody do?
So you and Carey got your picks yesterday. Unfortunately, Jamie and I did not.
Well, my guy went off, just not on the power play.
Right. The Oilers went 0 for 1 on the power play. McDavid with a spinorama goal that, of course, flooded the interwebs.
He had 2 goals.
Yeah, but he had that spinorama goal
He
that
did.
was
But
incredible.
every time I look, he scores. I was like, yeah, power play. No.
Nope.
He scored power play. No.
Nope.
Guy's
Didn't
a
get the
bum.
2 field goals. Didn't get the 2 field goals. That final field goal, I mean, my goodness, that was not even close.
Well,
What happened? That get tipped?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope.
in fairness,
bad snap.
his warm up was pretty close.
Which they allowed him to do, and they shouldn't have allowed that. Referee moving a little slow.
Yeah.
The ball was, the timeout was called. What are we doing? You're going to give him a free kick? Jeez.
That's exactly what they did.
That is exactly what they did. That's kind of crazy.
All right, Marsh. So, what's the order here?
So it goes me, then you, Anthony. Third will be Jamie, and then Carey. I am looking at the Blues and Flames game tonight. I'm going to go with Dustin Wolf over 23.5 saves. I think the Blues... What?
Blues only get like 24 shots on goal.
No, I think they're going to pepper them tonight. I think they're going to pepper the net tonight. Just throw pucks on net.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at right now.
I'm with you.
Well, you're not.
No, he convinced me.
I don't think you.
I'm reasonable.
I don't think you were.
I think the Blues get 29 shots
Some
on
of us
net
can be
tonight.
reasonable.
4 of them
What does that
go
mean?
in.
What does that mean?
I don't know, guys.
4 of those go in.
It's
One
your
of them
jacket,
being an
wear it. If
empty
not,
net.
give it to somebody else.
4-2 Blues win. 29 shots on goal.
Okay.
Okay. Good prediction.
It's a Tuesday night, which of course means
Oh, he's going to talk about the Falcons.
it's
now.
action.
Right. Right. It's Tuesday night. Got to be Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Hell are we doing?
I hate to say this, Jamie, but since you've referenced it a couple of times, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. You know, I'm not. I'm going to. Jamie, you're right. That was my fault. That's totally my fault. But you can't understand what I'm saying. Give me the over in the Ohio-Western Michigan game. It's only 47, and I think these fools score enough to get over that.
Okay.
Over 47, Ohio-Western Michigan.
I am going to go with. I was trying to find it.
Is it
again.
your turn?
Yeah. Am I not ahead of you?
No,
know.
Jamie,
we're
Jamie
tied.
is up.
Ah, my bad. I
No,
apologize.
go
you do your
ahead.
thing.
No,
do your
just
thing.
go ahead, make up your own rules.
Nah, of course, I learned from you. Hell are we doing? Go ahead, sir.
I'm sorry, my earphones crackled. We aren't going to have the same bet, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not.
Give me the Toronto Maple Leafs on the money line, minus 135. I said it in my live read for Circus Sports. Craig Ruby ripped his team. I would hope they have a response.
I would think so.
We'll see.
I'm going to go with Stephen Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to combine, tried this last time, 56 or more points. Minus 116.
Okay. Nice job, guys. Really nice job.
Are we lighting the lamp too or no?
Do you want to light the lamp now?
Yeah, let's
No,
light
let's
that
do
lamp.
it
No, let's do it
Man,
later.
light that thing?
Marcia hates
Nah,
that.
we're
idea.
not
Man,
going to
light
light
that
it
thing
later.
now?
He hates it.
We're going to do it later.
Right. Unintended.
So we're going to do it live. We have your shot to score a set of Cardinals apparel packs for the 2026 St. Louis Cardinals season. The apparel pack includes 2 tickets to 5 Cardinals home games next season with popular giveaways like a... Do we have this contest rolling all week, Marsh? No, I'm looking at this. I'm like, you know what? It just says Monday 11:10, fast lane only. I don't know if this is an all-week thing or if it's just
I
It was
wouldn't.
just
If you're not
Monday.
sure, I wouldn't read
Yeah,
it.
don't say
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to pause on
I
that.
watched the thing online.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, don't read it.
Good call.
You were paying attention to that?
No, not really. Somebody told me something.
I thought so.
That makes more sense.
You're welcome.
Marsh's what's trending next on 101 ESPN. Hey, St. Louis, the countdown to Thanksgiving is on. It means that Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill teaming up with Coca-Cola and us here on 101 ESPN to support St. Louis and Operation Food Search, helping local families right here in our community this holiday season. Now through November 21st, you can drop off non-perishable food items at any Lee's or Hot Shots location. Every donation makes a difference, putting meals on tables and hope in hearts across the St. Louis area. And here's a little extra holiday cheer for you. When you donate, you'll get a free Coca-Cola beverage. Limit one per person per day. Plus, you'll be entered to win $100 gift cards from Lee's and Hot Shots and even hockey tickets from us. It's a win-win for you. You give back, you feel great, and you can also score some awesome prizes on top of it. So let's show what St. Louis pride is all about. Let's step up. Let's spread kindness and help make this Thanksgiving season a little brighter for everyone that needs it. Drop off your donations today at any Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken or Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, any of those locations, and be a part of something good, powered by Coca-Cola and us, 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Calgary Flames. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. What's trending? It's coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Anthony, you found the correct copy of what we were trying to give away from the last segment, if you would like to read that off.
Yeah, sure. Marsh, you actually found it, which I appreciated. I was about to give away a ticket pack from yesterday. Guys, we already gave it away.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the right one here? Jamie, this one says Tuesday.
All right, perfect.
Good thing I stopped the Monday one. We have your shot to score a set of Cardinals Cubs packs for the 2026 St. Louis Cardinals season. The Cardinals Cubs pack includes 2 tickets to 5 Cardinals Cubs games next season. So you can text into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646 for your chance to win. Here's your trivia question today. Yesterday I said, who drew the most walks for the Cardinals last season? Correct answer is
Lars Newport.
Lars Newport, that's correct. Why don't we go from a pitching standpoint, boys? Ooh. Who threw the most walks?
Boy, that's not going to be easy.
Who walked the most batters?
Who walked the most batters this season for the Cardinals?
Did he finish with the Cardinals?
Yes.
Okay.
Text in now, 314-399-9646. If you have the correct answer, and you're the 101st texter, you'll get the Cardinals Cubs pack. And Cardinals ticket packs are now on sale, starting at just 5 games. Five games, $5. Find out all the St. Louis Cardinal ticket pack information right now at cardinals.com/tickets.
All right. What's trending, guys? Music is trending. A lot of music being played at practice the other day for the Blues.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jamie, you had a thought on this. Does it really mean anything? Well, for this team, I think it really could.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of teams where you're in a bit of a rut and you decide to play the music. Just kind of like, because whenever you work out in the gym, you play music, you're working out. Even some of the summer skates you have, you're out on the ice, music's playing, like whatever. Mm-hmm. It takes the edge off. But this was more than that for Jim Montgomery. Jim Montgomery said that not only did it serve a purpose of just relax a little bit, okay, have a little bit more fun, but he wanted higher energy, and the music creates the higher energy. But he said not just like physical, like skating, higher energy. We as coaches are forced to talk over the music, which means we have to be more vocal, louder, more intensity, more energy. Players that want pucks in practice, they've got to yell louder over the music to hear I'm open here, there. So he says there was a method to the madness of, yes, it's take the edge off a little bit, but at the same time forcing everyone to hyper focus on over communicating and communicating loud, elevating their intensity.
Okay.
So he said that was the reason behind some music at practice. Jake Neighbors, who is currently injured, he was performing as the DJ, and Jim Montgomery went on to say that Jake Neighbors could DJ at a party for him in the future.
Oh, good. Wow. There you go.
Yeah, he liked his mashup of AC/DC and other things that wasn't just like the techno and EDM stuff.
Could you imagine if they played music during an NHL game like they do in the NBA?
Oh, they stopped doing that.
Did they stop doing that?
Well, it was one game. I think it was the Knicks. I feel like it was Golden State and the Knicks. And it was so dang on loud, just playing that music the entire time. And I think Steve Kerr kind of got, like, what the hell are we doing, man? Hey, we were trying to play a basketball game.
Old man yelling at clouds.
Yeah, probably. I don't have a problem with the music, though. I think, especially my first year, my rookie year in Atlanta, that was the first time I had been around or experienced like music at practice. I was like, it kind of makes the day go by a little bit better, a little bit faster. It's like, it felt like, all right, this is a cool thing. So I don't really have, especially now, like, you got to do whatever you can to kind of keep players' attention spans and keep them locked in. And I like the point that Jamie made with the music being so loud. Now you have to over-communicate. It's kind of like we used to have in college, like the white noise machines that would just play it would just be so loud. Mm-hmm. And it would be preparing you for, like, if we had to play at Michigan or at Penn State. And now you do have the same issues. You have to over-communicate. You have to be dialed in the entire time and really paying attention to what's going on. And so I think the music it can be a distraction if you allow it to be, but it would and should center your focus to allow you to really stay dialed in the moment to what's going on. So we'll see if it works. Hopefully it does.
Hopefully.
Weird question here, but can you get into a rhythm with the music playing? I know that kind of sounds weird.
Well, the music plays in warm-up. They seem to do okay in warm-up.
Well, like in basketball, I would think that
they do better in warm-up than in the game?
No, I said they do they're making passes, shooting the puck, doing the rhythm's there.
So they need to play the music. Play the music during the damn game is what
we could try it. Although NHL rules prohibit it.
Like basketball, if there's certain beats, right, where there's a rhythm to the music, perhaps your play when you shoot the ball. Like I've heard that some teams or some players don't actually mind when fans are like defense, just because it's sort of a rhythm and you can shoot and like it's kind of hard to explain, but I didn't know if there's something to that.
I've never felt that.
I don't think. I mean, the only when they play Renegade in Pittsburgh, the defense, but that's before the defensive drive starts, usually in the third quarter. The defense usually gets a stop, but that's because everybody is screaming and yelling and the music kind of gets you going, but it's not actually during, like there aren't many, I guess, situations where you're having music during the actual live play.
And if it's fans, I can tell you that most of the time, for me, I'll speak just for me, you don't hear it. Mm-hmm. It is a noise that you hear, but you don't know like what they're saying.
Where it's coming from.
What is it? The mechanism? Clear the mechanism.
Yeah. You learn to tune out things like people screaming your name. You just keep walking.
Yeah.
Like
my parents and like
just keep moving.
Whatnot. They'd be at games and they would be like, yeah, you didn't see me. I mean, I saw you. I didn't acknowledge you. I don't need the distraction.
Well, I just feel like players would start kind of, feeling themselves a little bit. Like you mentioned at the gym when you listen to music, you know what I'm talking about.
Carey, you know.
That's a different kind of music.
When you're at the gym, like you get into a rhythm with the music. There's a reason why you listen to certain music because you start lifting a little bit better.
I will say this: that when I'm on the treadmill and I like want to get after the bike,
there's a bit of a pace there.
I usually pick a like techno-ish EDM, like something with a quicker beat,
Right.
But as far as like the actual workout, it could kind of be like whatever.
I forgot my headphones in the gym today, and I was pissed.
My headphones. Hang on a second, I got to gripe with you.
What the hell I do?
No, you entered my world this morning, and I did not need it. Okay. Yesterday, my phone tried to pair to your headphones. Remember?
It did.
Guess what it did?
It unpaired.
It unpaired my AirPods, and today I couldn't get the damn things to pair. Fully charged. I'm in the gym. I'm flipping open, flipping close, flipping open, flipping close. I'm hitting play. It's on the.
You're gonna blame me for
you
that?
stole my Bluetooth. I'm pissed. So I got to go figure that out tonight.
Did you turn the damn thing off and turn it on?
I did everything. And then I still had to go through a workout today. Like I left him in though.
Just so nobody talked to me.
I
understand that.
Yeah.
It's Fast Lane on 101 to ESPN. Find the right head coach, turn your ish around in a hurry. Does that apply to most sports, including the NFL? That's next on 101 ESPN. Well, Jamie, it's Veterans Day, which means veterans are certainly in the focus, and they should be. And our guy Stewie is certainly doing that with his call today, because Stewie wanted to talk to you about VA loans and what you can do for our veterans.
Anthony, the first thing and the best thing that this government ever did back about almost 100 years ago is the GI Bill, giving veterans the opportunity to buy homes with no money down, zero down, 100% financing. If you own a house and you're a veteran, you can do 100% cash out on your loan. No PMI. Bagel loan is no closing cost, easy to remember, easy to do. It's such a great opportunity for the veterans, and one of the few ways that we can really show our appreciation. So, veterans, thank you very much for what you've done. Now, take advantage of the opportunities of what you can do.
Yeah, veterans, right now, reach out to Stewie. He's always looking to help veterans. He talks to us, even off the air and whatnot. Obviously, we have a tremendous amount of respect for all the men and women that have served his country. If you're having issues or you have questions, call our guy Stewie at 314-324-4440.
Again, that number's 314-324-4440.
Call, text, day, night, weekend. Tell him that Anthony and Jamie sent you and he loves hearing that. And if you can't remember anything that we just said, what can you do?
You can always Google the Bagel Loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Veterans, thanks for all you've done.
NMLS number 226715.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. Maybe you've been feeling drafts through your old windows, or they stick when you try to open them, or they outright leak in bad weather. You need the experienced pros at Window Nation. They've installed over 3 million windows and have high-quality options to fit any budget. You could pay a lot less than the other big guys and still get the premium windows you're dreaming of. Their custom-made windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit in your home, and they back it up with the best warranty in the industry. So shut out the drafts. Make opening and closing a breeze. And
So the 2025 coaching class in the NFL. Pete Carroll, who was hired by the Raiders. You also had Brian Schottenheimer, who was hired by the Cowboys. Aaron Glenn by the Jets. Liam Cohen.
Duval.
Jaguars. Kellen Moore, Saints. As your coaching. Oh, yeah, then Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson, Bears and Patriots.
Those guys, they've been there forever, though, haven't they?
Yeah. No, they haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, no. But two teams that a year ago, by the way, were either a mess. Well, both were a mess. Let's just be honest about it. I mean, they fired their coaches midseason.
Yep.
Both of them now, if the season ended, one, the Bears would be in the playoffs. The other, the Patriots, would be hosting a playoff game. Have Vrabel and Johnson already proved that the right head coach can turn around a team, provided, of course, you have at least some talent? You can prove it. Can you do it instantly, or are they just simply the two teams out of this list, save for Dak Prescott, that have quarterbacks?
I think that and draft and what you do in free agency. The Patriots drafted an offensive tackle with their first pick. Like they went offensive line. Their mindset was, and they drafted Travion Henderson with their second pick, who had an outstanding game last weekend.
He was so good. He looked at Vrabel and said, "Can I score?
Do you want me to score?"
I mean,
yeah. Okay, I'll keep
that was
going.
remarkable, by the way.
Spectacular.
It really was.
To be aware of the moment, the down, the time on the clock. Should I score? Thumbs up. Okay, I will. And to be far enough in front of everybody
to do that.
Worry about being caught.
Carey, to add to your point, so if you didn't see it, Travion Henderson of the Patriots he broke out. He had this long run, and he literally looked to the sidelines before he went in the end zone to make sure that it was okay for him to score. Yeah. As opposed to stopping at the one because of a clock issue and taking a knee. He had the wherewithal to look to the sidelines to make sure he was good to score. He got the thumbs up or however they indicated it, and he finished the play, scored the touchdown. Carey, you've been on countless of sidelines. That couldn't have been easy to look over and make sure that he found whoever he needed.
I'm not certain that he saw anything, but he put a thumbs up.
It looked like he did.
I'm not certain that he actually got the go-ahead. Right. But the fact that he looked over and didn't see anything, he was like, okay, good. All right, you didn't tell me this. Because if they were telling him to stop, they'd have been like, somebody would have been with their hands high. And so if you didn't see anything, you just, all right, good. I'll go.
I'm just going to go.
Yeah. But the fact that he was able to do that while running, like I said, in front of everybody, I thought that was spectacular. So that's one thing. And then you look at the Bears, what they have been preparing themselves for a head coach that can just somebody that is at least able to put things together in the way that they have now, that Ben Johnson has, because they were struggling. And they did a good job in the offseason of adding talent in the offensive line. They did a good job of how they've drafted over the last couple of years. Rome Odunze looks like a guy. And I thought when they got DJ Moore a couple of years ago, I'm like, oh, this is going to be spectacular. Rome Odunze said, nah, hold my beer. I'm good.
Yeah.
I can play. Kyle Monungai, who is a guy that got drafted in the 6th round. I don't know if I told you. I
remember.
him.
I'll give you full credit.
This young man did not fumble the football at Rutgers. And you saw what he did a couple of weeks ago when DeAndre Swift was out. Like, they've done a really good job of adding to that team. And then the cherry on the top is finding the right coach. So, yes, I think it's building your roster accordingly and then finding a head coach that is competent enough to put those players in the right position to have success. And that's what Drake May is. That's what Caleb Williams is. And that's what their head coaches have done.
So I'm gonna lean more toward finding the right head coach, and your process or your team can find instant results. And here's why. Let's remember, Jamie, you know this better than anybody being a Lions fan. Did Ben Johnson, as soon as his name got circulated to be a head coach, did he jump?
No. He stayed another year.
He stayed.
Yeah.
And why did he stay? We can speculate on this. Sorry for those that, the one guy that says, you guys are always speculating. So I'm about to speculate, right?
Well, he said, there is quotes from Ben Johnson.
He did not.
He didn't want to leave what they'd started.
And not only that, but I'm sure he looked at whatever.
He didn't like some of the jobs.
Whatever job was open, he looked at and he said, you know what? No. he chose the Bears as much as the Bears chose him because he could have said no. He could have gone back to Detroit, probably would have gotten a raise, probably been one of the highest paid offensive coordinators. He chose Chicago, so he saw enough in Caleb Williams to say that's I'll go there. Mike Vrabel could have gone anywhere. He could have sat out. He could have gone to the college ranks. He could have gone to TV probably. I know he had the connection before with New England, but do you think if he did not like Drake May, he would have gone to New England?
No.
No chance in hell, because we saw what happened in Tennessee.
He just came from that.
When he did not like
he made
Will
Levis.
Thank you.
But even then, when he had, who was that before that? Tannenbaum?
No.
Tannehill.
Tannehill. Yeah, Tannehill.
He made do with that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Marcus Mariota was the number 2 overall pick, he says, you know what, we're going to go with Tannehill. Got him to the AFC title game.
So that, to me, I was like, that's when Vrabel, to me, proved that, like, he's got something.
And I'm not picking on, but so here's the reverse side of this. I'm not picking on Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll won a national title, won a Super Bowl, but he signed off on the deal to get Geno Smith. Mm-hmm. They could have started over. Maybe they could have, if Sam Darnold was interested, he could have went that route. But no, he acquired Geno Smith. That was his guy, and he had some success in Seattle. Now it's a disaster. So I lean more toward, this is not a product of Drake May and Caleb Williams. This is a product of 2 guys, Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson, respectively, that know what the hell they're doing, that develop players and are true leaders, that have turned around 2 franchises that recently with the Patriots, obviously not long-term with the Patriots, but recently, they fell on tough times only because Bill Belichick kind of left the roster depleted.
Well, it wasn't just then. It was starting to. It started. Bill Belichick, unfortunately, he was covering up a lot of graves with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then when Tom Brady left, there was no more, like, he couldn't hide it anymore. He had built a terrible roster.
Well, it was some of the draft choices that were made.
Yeah.
That those last few years of Brady and then the years after that, it was just like, I don't think any of those guys can play football.
Are you trying to ruin Kraft?
Seemed like it.
Because I could almost buy that. Like, he knew he was about to be headed out, so I'm just going to leave the cupboard pretty bare. Either way, Mike Vrabel has taken a lot of those players. I certainly added to him, too, but took a lot of those players and has turned the Patriots into a team right now that's in first place, and who knows, maybe they win the division. Mm-hmm. All right, we've got some problems here, guys.
Oh, we sure do.
One specifically. Lewis joins us next. Round 3 of the Gauntlet here on 101 ESPN. When it comes to the NBA, if whether you like the action or you don't, why don't you play at Underdog? Underdog Fantasy is the spot, man. They do a great job of providing all the stats and the player information for you so that you can take your NBA hunches and win a bunch of money. And you can play right here in Missouri. Choosing some players, they make it easy at Underdog. Just pick whether or not a player will go higher or lower on their stats. So rebounds, 3-pointers made, points overall, assists, fantasy points. I got it all at Underdog. And whether you choose your players to go higher or lower, if you get those entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I think Steph Curry goes higher than 4.5 3-pointers made tonight against OKC. I handed out this play earlier. I like SGA to go higher than 31.5 points against that same Warriors team. And I like Jaylen Brown to go lower than 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists at Philadelphia tonight. So those are some of my selections. If you want to add it to your card, great. If you want to fade me, that's all right, too. Just play at Underdog. Download the app today. Use my promo code Anthony to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, use that promo code. It's just my first name, Anthony, at Underdog, where you can make plays and win money. Must be 18 or older and present. Missouri terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
405, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marshall, Anthony Stalter. And for round 3 now, Lewis is back. What's up, Lewis?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Well, you right now, man. You're dominating faces. You beat me on Friday. You beat Carey yesterday. Who we taking today, Marsh or Jamie?
I'm going to take Jamie. I got to save Marsh for last in case I act like a nice guy.
Oh, told you. Lewis doesn't think I'm a nice guy. That's why he picked me.
No, I think he's
let him do the
nice guy.
Let him do the narrative.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he's doing the MJ narrative.
He tried to, and I took that personally.
I took that personally.
Yeah.
They're packing lunch, Lewis.
Yeah.
I'll get it packed.
Yeah. Jamie heard what you said about his mother, Lewis, and that was not nice. Yeah.
Actually, my wife was offended yesterday about Carey, but he covered up pretty fast.
I was saying guys don't eat candy corn, Lewis. Wives and women, you know how that goes. I'm sure your wife is a lovely lady, and she loves that candy corn. Yeah?
She does.
There you go.
All right, Lewis, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Marsh, spin that wheel, buddy.
So you've said, I don't want football, or at least I know you said it yesterday. I don't know if you said it on Friday, but anything but hockey today?
Yeah, honestly, anything about hockey against Jamie. I did study some hockey last night with my 2-month-old. She helped me study, but hockey would be a little worrisome against Jamie.
Okay. Marsh?
It is not hockey. It's football.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's go.
There you go. 4 football-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points, Lewis, unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. You ready?
Let's go.
Name the only ranked team BYU has defeated this season. Note, this team was ranked at the time of the game. Name the only ranked team BYU has defeated this season.
I believe that was Utah. Final answer.
Question number 2. Which college football team was the preseason number 1 team in the AP poll?
Let's see. I'm not going to ask for options because you're going to give me like Alabama, Georgia, or give me Ohio State. Final answer.
Question number 3. Name the only college football team in the top 10 in the AP poll with 2 losses.
I think it's Notre Dame. Give me Notre Dame. Final answer.
All right, Lewis, final question. Georgia Tech recently had their undefeated season snapped after losing to which team?
I believe that was NC State. Final answer.
All right, let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence right now. Lewis, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty confident, except for the preseason rankings, because I have a former coworker who's a big Notre Dame fan, so it was pretty nice to crap all over him at the beginning part of the season.
Nice. Okay. All right, so Jamie's back in from the Cone of Silence right now. Jamie, go ahead. Plug in those earbuds. How was it?
Really silent. Jordan, I thought I was going to come over and say hi to me. She was busy getting ready for Blues game tonight, and so pretty quiet.
Okay. Jamie, your category is football.
I love football, guys.
Pack lunch.
Okay, great.
Question 1. Name the only ranked team BYU has defeated this season. Note, this team was ranked at the time of the game. Name the only ranked team.
Well, I was looking through the other day. We were talking about Texas Tech, BYU, that whole thing. I believe it was the Utes. Utah. Final answer.
Question number 2. Which college football team was preseason number 1 team in the AP poll?
The good old Arch Manning days. Remember, those were good days. Texas. Final answer.
Question number 3. Name the only college football team in the top 10 in the AP poll with 2 losses.
It's got to be my favorite, right? It's my favorite. Fighting Irish, final answer.
And Georgia Tech recently had their undefeated season snapped after losing to which team?
Oh, that was it's a Carolina team. South Carolina. NC State. I feel dirty. Final answer.
All right, let's go over these. Lewis versus Jamie in football. It's round 3 for Lewis. Name the only ranked team BYU has defeated this season. Note, this team was ranked at the time of the game. Jamie said Utah. Lewis said Utah.
Oh.
The correct answer is
Utah.
neither of you needed the options. We got a 2-2 tie.
Crap.
Name the only college football team in the top 10 in the AP poll with 2 losses. Jamie said those Fighting Irish. Lewis also went with Notre Dame. Correct answer is?
The correct answer is Notre Dame on the sheet. I believe that this question was written prior to, because Texas is number 10 right now in the AP top 25, also 7-2. But both said Notre Dame.
Both said Notre Dame.
Give them the points.
Both no options?
Both no options. We got a 4-4 tie.
Damn it.
Georgia Tech
Bobby.
recently had their undefeated season snapped after losing to which team? Jamie struggled with this one. Eventually, NC State. I feel dirty. I'm gross. I'm disgusting. Final answer. Lewis also went with NC State. Correct answer is
NC State.
Neither used the options. We
Shut
got a
the front door.
6-6 tie. 6-6 tie.
Oh, no. Hang on.
It comes down to this.
Damn it. This is an easy one.
Which college football team was the preseason number 1 team in the AP poll? Jamie said Texas. Lewis, of course, said Ohio State. One of you is right. Lewis.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Lewis, that was the only one you're nervous about. It's the only one you said that you were
I
unsure.
felt really good about.
You went with Ohio State, which, of course, has been ranked number 1 since they beat Texas in week 1. Texas is the correct answer. Lewis, you got every other one right. Jamie, though, posted the snowman. He got the 8-6 win today. Lewis, it came down to that, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all good. As soon as Jamie said back when we were feeling good about Arch Manning, I was like, crap, it was Texas.
Sorry, buddy. Nice run,
Lewis,
though, man.
good run,
Real
brother.
nice
Nice
run.
job, man.
I appreciate it. And I just wanted to give my Fantasy Football League a shout-out. Gridiron Football Boys. Just wanted to give a shout-out to them. And also Owen's mom, who's our fantasy football mom. She takes care of all of us.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, well, thank you,
All
Owens,
right, well,
Mom.
Yeah, good luck to you, man.
Good job,
All
Lewis.
right. You guys have a good rest of your show.
Thanks,
Buddy,
man.
take care, man.
Take care. Nice job, Jamie.
Let's go, baby.
Snowman
Told
today.
you, college football. I'm back, baby.
College football. He loves that college football.
I do.
Did he say the Fantasy Football League is called the Gridiron Guys?
Gridiron boys.
No.
Football boy.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't use gridiron guys for
Yeah, it's been taken.
Multiple reasons, yeah.
his legal
taken.
implications. You know,
Yeah,
those 4 podcasts were great.
Splashback Deuce in the Snake Pit says, great podcast. No.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was.
While it lasted.
Yeah. How many weeks have we been?
Why did
4?
the band break up,
6.
anyways?
Him and I can't get our act together.
I think it was the Detroit draft episode that really threw things for a loop.
Splinter.
Well, we did lose a listener because we did not.
I thought that was because of the stats and facts.
No. Well,
You haven't.
A 10-year listener.
Yeah,
10-year listener.
we lost him. But no, another guy not texted, but reached out on social media saying that.
You having a 4-episode listener?
Yeah, he was like,
Podcast listener.
he's like, you don't You don't like the Sam Laporta pick? You can go fast lane yourself.
He
You
was
just lost.
upset that.
You
He
just
was
lost a
upset about
listener. You don't support local kids.
Yeah, he was.
I hate you.
Yeah, he was mad.
Yeah, that's why I won't criticize. I mean, even remotely. And we didn't even criticize Sam Laporta. We just questioned because they had T.J. Hawkinson. So how dare us
wonder why you would draft a tight end when you have a good tight end.
Lo and behold, they traded T.J. Hawkinson. So maybe that former listener knew, and
he wasn't mad about us asking about Jahmyr Gibbs though, because we asked about that too.
That's true.
Like he didn't say anything about Gibby.
Yeah,
you know.
Nonetheless, we lost him that day, and Carey and I decided the next week that we weren't worth it.
Yeah, it was too hard.
Yeah,
and too much.
Yep.
Which part was too hard, guys?
Losing
that listener.
That one.
We weren't good enough, man. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, but you think guys like you, competitive, you'd have pushed through and became better, you know?
Well, I thought Raheem Morris was competitive too, but he every single week he can give up.
You know what? He's just got to find a way.
He's fighting. He's working out.
I don't think he is.
He's not getting those 4 a.m. texts anymore, so he doesn't really know,
what's wrong.
I think he might still be getting them.
You think Kirky's still texting him?
Kirky's still texting.
You know, Coach, I know I'm not playing well. I'm not playing at all, but, Michael, he got that elongated throw. I talked to him about it. If you need me to show him, and I can show you what we talked about.
Coach, I don't know if you noticed, but on Wednesday I had a hell of a practice.
Hell of a practice.
I saw you
looking at me. I was reading the coverage properly. I feel like I'm ready.
Yeah.
You need...
My shoulder's good. My knees and ankle and Achilles are great.
Yeah.
If I was Morris, I'd say, I saw your handiwork against Miami. You didn't get a first down into the fourth quarter, you undeniable scumbag.
That's because Miami's a stellar defense.
Take the money that you robbed.
It's not a robbery if they give it to you,
and shut the fast lane up. That's how I texted.
If somebody hands you money,
it's a scam, though. You can scam.
Yeah, you can scam.
You can scam.
There's a lot of scams going on.
I've seen a lot of people willingly give up their money and then realize a month or a year later that was a scam.
Jamie's right.
You had to have believed what they were showing you. So if you didn't do enough research on the product and you fork over, tons of money.
A phone call, okay? Mm-hmm. And somebody wants to sell you something, or they talk about the greatest investment of your life, and they give you an amazing list, and you go, you know what? They
sell you.
Here's $100,000 of my money. That's your fault.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Jamie's right about this.
It's my
100%.
fault that I took the money, or that I was given the money.
No, that you scammed. Multiple teams out of money.
Yeah, man.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Are we underestimating Chaim Bloom's offseason approach? Uh-oh. Whatever that may be. That's next on 101 ESPN.
I will not be shocked if the Cardinals end up with a bigger name starter than you might expect because that person's market does not materialize, right? If there is a starting pitcher out there who the deal is just not there for whatever reason. If you told me today that they were going to sign Framber Valdez and it was going to be 1 year and $28 million, I would go, okay, that would not be a thing that would totally blow my socks off.
That was Jeff Jones, who covers the Cardinals. That was on Dealing the Cards, on if the Cardinals might surprise us in free agency this year. Now, I think the one big takeaway was him mentioning that maybe if one of the bigger free agents does not get a deal that he thought he was going to get, maybe the Cardinals step in then. He mentioned Framber Valdez, but it could be anybody, right? Could the Cardinals make a deal like that? Quite frankly, Jamie, I think they should make deals like that. It's smart to. If somebody goes to market, and let's just stick with the Framber Valdez comparison, right, or scenario. Framber Valdez goes to market, does not hear whatever he's hoping to hear, and I have no idea.
You think he's really not going to hear what he wants to hear?
I don't know. One time, Carlos Rodon didn't.
No, you're right.
And it was out there. The Giants gave him a 2-year deal. Second year was a player option year. Gave him, I forgot what the actual contract wound up being, but they threw him a good amount of money for a 1-year contract, essentially. He pitched well, went back to market, got a big deal with the Yankees. It does happen. Could the Cardinals be interested? They should be. They should be for multiple reasons. Yes. Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
What would you rather do? Would you rather do that or 1 year for a Lance Lynn type again? Or a Kyle Gibson type?
So hear me out. What phase are the Cardinals in currently?
Rebuild.
Okay. So why the hell would you go pay money, even if it's an elevated cost for a short-term deal? Why would I go spend $20+ million on a 1-year deal? Why?
Because
for what reason?
You can turn around and trade that player at the deadline.
Okay, but that's the only reason?
You could also fill the gap that you have right now between your young guys being ready and when they are ready.
One could also argue
they're not ready right now.
One could also argue that you'd find a guy half the price of what you're paying for that to fill that gap. Now, trading said player will not get you back what you might get from your higher price guy. But this is only if your high-priced pitcher, whoever that is, pitches well. What if he has an off year? What if he gets injured? Now you've spent all this money.
It's 1 year.
I know, but my point is why? You're not in a situation you don't need a guy.
But let's take a look at
a high price guy.
Let's take a look at both scenarios though. You got one scenario, you find a guy, and there's plenty of them, right? That are well past their prime. They're just looking to stay in the league. You sign that guy for $5 or $6 million, right? And he is a dumpster fire. And you got to watch that. Go out there every 5 days and give you zero
So
hope.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is, in the Chaim Bloom era, I would hope that Chaim Bloom finds instead of 4 or 5, $8 to $9 million pitcher that is just better. It's a better investment on a 1-year deal with a player option or a team option for the second year, and kind of go from there. Like, it doesn't have to be, and mind you, it could be, but I'm thinking with a change of power, it doesn't necessarily have to be the bottom of the bin. Doesn't have to be. And you're going to be shedding some salary here too. With the trades that you're about to make, you're gonna eat some of it, but you're still gonna get some of that stuff off the books, which means you can add a little bit to some of these other players. I don't know. Like a year from now, like not this year coming up, the following year, maybe I like the concept of going to get that Zach Gallen for a year, or that Framber Valdez for a year, or that Rodon, like you're talking about. Maybe I like it more. Right now, I'm just like, I'm in the why category.
Because you need pitching.
Yeah, but you don't need all-star pitching. You don't, because you're not going anywhere anyway.
If I may.
Yeah.
My good friend Jamie said he would like an $8 to $9 million pitcher. I like to go to the website Spotrac or Spotrac. Or
that's not what the one you're on right now.
That is what I'm on.
Carey. Click the other tab.
Come on, man. so you said 8 to 9 million, and then they show the list of free agents, and then they have the market value for the upcoming season.
Yeah.
So you want an $8 to $9 million
8 to 10, somewhere in there.
8 to 10. Would you go lower? You want to go a little lower? So you want to go 6 to 10?
Well, it depends on the player.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to give you the names in the $6 to $10 million range.
Go ahead, hit me.
You want to start high or you want to start low?
Your choice.
Let's start
choice.
low.
Hit me high, hit me low.
$6 million.
Yeah.
Miles Michaelis.
Nope.
$6.9 million. Tyler Anderson. 35 years old.
No.
$7.8 million. Justin Verlander. He's 42.
Nah, no chance.
About to be
for
43.
service, but no, we're good.
$7.8 million. I said that one. $8.9 million. Max Scherzer.
I'd do that.
He's 41.
I'd do that.
He's an older gentleman.
He's very old.
Okay.
But I'd still do it.
$9 million. You're going to love this one. You know this man. You love this man. Eric Fetty.
Yeah. There's no way that guy's getting $9 million anywhere. He won't get 9 million pesos when he plays in Mexico next year.
This guy's going to retire, allegedly. Clayton Kershaw, $9.8 million.
No.
Okay. Last one. Adrian Hauser, $10.2 million. Any of those names do anything for you?
I don't hate Hauser. I don't hate it.
You're paying
so guys,
if you're going to pay that money, that's the pitching that you're getting.
Okay, then guys, hey, you know what? Screw my idea.
He hated my idea,
Go
too.
spend a lot of money on a guy for 1 year who's not going to help your team in the long run.
He hated my idea.
Let's do that.
I had an idea.
Now you guys win.
How do you know,
He
though?
hated it.
How do I know he doesn't help for the future? Because he's gone. A year from now, you don't get that pitcher.
Okay. Well,
continue.
In one scenario, your young hitting actually does something, right? And you can lean on.
Are you giving me the believe card?
Nope, I'm not giving you the believe
I've
card.
been sold that for a couple of seasons now.
I'm giving you the what if scenario.
The believe card.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you to believe.
Let's look back at this season.
I'm not telling you to believe at all. Let's just say some of these young guys, right? You got Donovan. You've got Ivan Herrera. You've got Burleson. Let's just say your offense is above average.
Well,
right?
we're already talking about trading Donnie, so
I'm not. So
there's rumors out there.
Okay, whatever. If you got a pitching staff that is, and I have no idea if this happens, right? But if you get somebody in like Valdez, 1 year deal, whatever, or you say, yeah, you know what, we ain't gonna win anyway, so bring in Eric Fetty, which is what the Cardinals have been doing. You got no shot now at all.
There's going to be players that are out there, even via trade. Mm-hmm. If you're willing to start making some trades, there's going to be some players out there that you can bring in.
I don't think a starting pitcher that you need is going to be available via
Carey,
trade.
you guys aren't understanding what I'm saying. For 1 year of a Framber Valdez or a Carlos Rodon or whoever, I just don't know how that helps you 2 years from now.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
It's a gap filler, right? If that's the case, why would you spend top dollar on a gap filler?
Look what the Royals did.
Because you could flip him. At
The Royals
deadline.
are in way better shape than what the Cardinals were.
So you're saying,
why is that? Because they would flip. They would
Marshy,
sign 1 year deal.
Go sign your star for $35 million, $25 million. Go
That's
get
not
him.
what we're asking.
But you are, because you're saying you're going to have to overpay on a 1 year deal.
If you're overpaying, you don't do it then.
But that's my point.
Let me see what Rodon.
That's my point. The whole conversation. Because when we talked about 1 year deals, we talked about you have to pay a little more, get a shorter deal, and you give them a player option, so now the player has full control over the second year. I wouldn't be opposed to a Framber Valdez on a true 2 year deal.
Rodon got $22 million.
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
And the Giants, I believe, got the qualifying offer when he signed the deal with the Yankees, which is another advantage.
Okay.
So I guess I'm a little surprised, Jamie, that somebody that is as competitive as you are, somebody that is a fierce competitor, that you're so willing to lay down in the middle of the highway and get run over again and again and again.
Well, no, I'm just getting run over for a year.
Without fighting. That is not the Jamie Rivers I know. And I don't know what's going on right now in your life. but we should talk, brother, because I'm worried about you. Okay? I don't want to watch Eric Fetty pitch again.
No, you guys are great. Go get your star player.
I don't want to watch Eric Fetty pitch again. But if you do, there's nothing I can do to help you.
I think with the place that the Cardinals were in last year, if they actually had decent pitching, we talked about it over and over again. If Eric Fetty, if you take out,
are you effing me?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying they play. I'm not saying that they're a championship team, but they probably make the playoffs.
No chance.
If they had one other pitcher,
are you kidding me? No, they needed more than one damn pitcher, guys.
No,
Eric Fetty, did.
If you would have replaced,
so you were comfortable. Palante, Michaelis are still in your rotation with player X.
What I'm telling you is, if they would have replaced Eric Fetty with a pitcher that could actually win games,
you're still rolling up Palante and Michaelis,
and they still and Eric Fetty was the one name that pretty much kept them out of the playoffs with how poorly he pitched on his days. Alone. No, he wasn't alone, but it was him, and I don't want to put it solely on him, but if he'd have pitched as well as Andre Palante, the Cardinals probably would have been in the playoffs.
Which Palante?
The one
who finished his season with 11 bad starts in a row?
The one that was earlier in the season.
Okay, because the one that I saw at the end was no good.
No, the one that started
when you needed him the most for this playoff push you guys are talking about.
They didn't have a playoff push this year.
But you just said they would have.
If they didn't have Eric Fetty, they would have.
They still had Palante. And they still had Michaelis.
But they would have been in a much closer position had Eric Fetty not been on the roster.
Okay, so they'd have been closer.
They would have probably been in because nobody wanted to win the wild card. Now, they would have got swept by the Dodgers in the first round like the Cincinnati Reds did, and their ass would have been at home. And they'd be in the same position that they're in now, which is trying to find someone to fill out this starting rotation because what you got right now ain't good enough.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And one guy that you signed for 20 to 25 million is still not going to move the needle. It's not even going to help you because you still have Michaelis void to fill. You have Palante, who's coming back under contract. I don't know where he fits in. You have Sonny Gray you're looking to deal already right now. Who are you filling the gaps with?
So
you can tell me all the young guys, but are they ready?
I gave him a name earlier because I was listening to BK and Ferrario and Matt Holliday and Kyle Gibson and Lance Lynn have a podcast, and they were talking about Zach Gallen. And Anthony shot it down. He said, I hate it.
I did not say I hate it.
You did. You said he's not coming here. It's a bad idea.
Well, I don't think he's coming here because
saying he's not coming here doesn't mean he hates.
He said, what is he going to want, $20 million? I said, yeah.
But
maybe.
If it was a 2 or 3 year deal, I think I'd entertain it.
For me,
because now he's helping me long term.
If it's a 4-year deal and it's somewhere between $18 to $20 million, you just paid Miles Michaelis $17 million.
And you know what, Carey? Based on that, I'd sign him.
You just paid Miles Michaelis that.
I know.
So that money is you're adding $1 million or $2 million to what you just have been paying Miles Michaelis and get better pitching.
I'm okay with it.
I think that
would
be
But I'm not
ideal.
doing Zach Gallen at 1 year.
No. I wouldn't either.
That's my point.
I'm not giving anybody 1 year. I don't want that. We've done that.
Oh, that's what the whole conversation's
been
but centered around that.
I came in late.
If you give this team If you give this team better pitching, they have a better opportunity to make the playoffs and continue building within their rebuild. The offense, at times, it was not good, but they were right there in the final week of the season. I understand that teams didn't want to win, but...
Marsh, they don't get it. Okay?
No, what are we missing?
They don't get the idea, and they never...
Have we?
Will.
I got a question.
I think Carey gets it.
I do, but I have a question.
Criticize me all you want.
No, you just pitch him. You just hammered the one.
Pitcher doesn't do anything for you, Marshall.
I have a question.
How does it not? You needed 3 last year. Fetty was no good. Palante no good. Michaelis no good. So fill the void with one guy.
Yes, Carey.
I agree with that. You need more than one.
Yeah.
I think, especially because Miles Michaelis is gone, and you don't have. You're going to have to fill. So you need more bodies. Eric Fetty is going. Like you need a couple more bodies. That's the number one thing. You all were talking about a 1-year deal. Was that you that wanted the 1-year deal?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Okay, but Carey.
Careful.
He was talking.
Massacred now.
He was talking about a 1-year deal for a garbage can. I was talking about a 1-year deal.
You assume that. You don't.
I don't assume that. You just read off the names.
I didn't. Carey read off the freaking names.
You wanted Lance Lynn back in a Cardinals uniform.
That's the $10 million. I just gave you the names that were there.
I did not say Lance Lynn.
What do you want?
I don't even know. I didn't want any of those guys.
You want somebody at 8 to 9. That was your point.
So we'll go 15, but 2 or 3 year deal.
Why a 2? Then nobody's going to sign. Nobody's going to sign a 2 or 3 year deal for that.
I tap out.
Time out.
Nobody's going to sign a 2 or 3 year deal for that.
He's right.
Let's
now.
overspend on a year.
No, he's right.
Now he is.
He's right with that. They're not going to sign a 2 or 3 year deal.
What's that?
They wouldn't sign a 2 or 3 year deal.
But then what good is it to me?
Yeah, you're not going to. Sometimes you got to give up something to get something.
What?
I know that's
I
odd
still
to you.
need 5 guys in a rotation, guys.
Hey,
I know that.
Hey, here's what I do know, okay? Here's what I know. These Cardinals are ripping us apart again, okay? And Gator in the Snake Pit brought up a good point. We need to do the finger thing, guys. Let's get back on the track, okay?
You know how you
these
can do
Cardinals,
that?
These Cardinals are ripping us apart.
I can make it easier.
No, here comes them.
No,
If you want to do it,
were the
baby.
Bills ever as good as we thought they were? That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Calgary Flames, looking for a win. Pregame starts at 6 o'clock. Puck drop is at 7. If you missed anything from today's show, including that terrific argument we just had about your St. Louis Cardinals, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We're going to dive back into the NFL, talking about the Buffalo Bills. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
All right, question for you fools. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. No, I wasn't talking to you guys or the listeners.
Hell, you talking to your damn self?
You know what happened? He just painted himself into a corner and realized, oh, damn it.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN.
Start over.
Were the Bills, and hear me out on this, were the Bills ever good as we thought they were, or was it simply Josh Allen wearing a cape or not wearing a cape? Because when I look,
year?
Over the last couple of years. Okay. So Jamie, and I'm glad you asked that. So last year, right? We all had the Bills painted as the team that can take down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, right? It's either Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, or Josh Allen and the Bills. Remember all the memes last year with Taylor Swift? They had the Taylor Swift shots of like Travis Kelce highlights, and then it was like stop. It'd be like the Green Day brain stew. Do you ever see those things? I didn't. It was like Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to be our hero, right? I don't know if the Bills have really been the best team to knock off, and I mean, I'm saying team, to knock off the Chiefs. I think they have simply been Josh Allen. If you look at what they are this season, they're largely the same team roster-wise as they were a year ago. Some injuries here and there on defense, sure, but largely the same team. Mm-hmm. And we all said, hey, Bills year, Josh Allen. He played like an MVP. He won the MVP. And they went to the AFC title game, eventually lost to Kansas City. Now you look at that team, you're like, what's wrong with the Bills? I'll tell you what's wrong with the Bills. Josh Allen isn't playing like an MVP anymore. So I ask you guys, the Bills, have they been as good as we have made them out to be? Or are they just simply, when Josh Allen is great, the Bills are great. When he's only good, the Bills aren't great?
So the thing that, and I said last year, I didn't think that the Bills would do anything. The version that you're seeing of the Bills right now is what I thought you would see last year. Mm-hmm. The only difference with Josh Allen last year is he didn't turn the football over. Last year he had 6 interceptions and he fumbled the ball one time. He had 7 turnovers last year. The year before in 23, he had 23 turnovers, 18 interceptions. 18 of those were interceptions, 5 fumbles. 22, he had 22 turnovers, 14 interceptions, 8 fumbles. Like he was constantly turning the ball over in years past, which is the one thing that he was able to correct last season, which allowed him to be an NFL MVP, right? He was playing at an elite level, being the MVP because he was outstanding. This year, he's got 5 interceptions, and he's fumbled the ball 5 times. Now, he's only lost 2 of them, but the turnovers for Josh Allen, when they rear their ugly head, you get the worst version of him, and the team cannot sustain him playing poorly. If he's not taking care of the football, if he's not doing all of the things that he did last year, putting on his cape, going in the phone booth and changing into Superman and being the best player on the football field week in and week out, the Buffalo Bills can't beat you because they can't stop you running. They can't do anything.
They're not explosive.
They're not explosive offensively. Yep. They got James Cook, who is a good running back when things are all going well for him. But if Josh Allen is not playing at an elite level, and he didn't play at an elite level last weekend, this past weekend, he stunk it up.
Yep.
And they lost. And it's the same version of Josh Allen that I think we saw when they played the Houston Texans, and you're like, what the hell was that? Like last year, not this year, but last year when they went to Houston, and I know you remember that game.
The Houston, I remember when he went there as like a rookie or a second year player.
I'm pretty sure it was last year. I'm gonna look it up, and they got thumped against the
Texans. Why don't I remember that?
Well, they lost 23-20.
Okay,
but he had 180 yards passing. Like it was a really bad game for Josh Allen. So when I'm watching him and I'm watching the Bills, if he's not the best player on the football field, the Bills can't win.
Yeah,
and that's probably true for most quarterbacks. But it's especially true because there is nothing elite about that team other than him. They don't have an elite defense. They don't have an elite offense. They don't have elite offensive players. They got Deion Dawkins, who is a spectacular tackle. But other than that, who else you got, man?
Yeah, they have really good players.
They got really good players, and they got a great quarterback when he's playing at a high level.
Something's not right.
Something's not right, Lisa. In fairness to the Bills, there are other teams like this too. If their best player is not Superman that day, they probably don't win. The reason why it's different with the Bills is what I said before. We kind of put them in a category of they're the best. They give us the best shot of seeing the Chiefs fall, right, in the AFC. Joe Burrow did it for a couple of years, but he can't stay healthy, and the Bengals don't have a defense anymore. They gave all their players away. Did not sign them back. Eventually, fired Lou Anarumo, who's now in Indianapolis. But the Bills have always been kind of that team that could threaten Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC.
Yeah. But
if he's not spectacular, forget it.
Yeah, and I just don't think they have enough around him. Bottom line, you guys have kind of talked all about this. When Josh Allen a couple of years ago, he had a number of different weapons to choose from. Now I just feel like Josh Allen is kind of where Tom Brady was at times with the Patriots, where if he can't make a steak dinner with what you're giving him, even though you're not giving him any steak,
right,
then you're screwed.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at on the Bills right now. I know our guy Donnie Fandango is he's in knots watching this stuff, but
I saw him in the hallway. He barely looked at me.
He didn't even want to talk to you.
Nope.
Not because he doesn't.
Is that why he was sad today?
Yeah.
I said hello.
Honestly,
he was kind of. I forgot.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah, I forgot that the Bills. I mean, you lose to the Dolphins, I'd be pretty sad too.
If Josh Allen and the defense can't win games,
forget it.
The defense ain't gonna stop nobody. Don't worry about it.
That's my point. Carey, that's my point.
Forget about it.
Like going back to the Bill Belichick, Tom Brady thing.
Yeah.
They had good defense and they had Tom Brady.
Yeah. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Blues get back into play tonight. They're taking on the Flames. What would an unintended, one-off bad season mean for the Blues in this? Well, the whatever is over with, right? So what does it all mean in the grand scheme of things?
Sell the team.
Well, Jamie will tell you why next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What would an unintended, because this is certainly an unintended start here for the Blues, lousy start. What would an unintended one-off season mean for the Blues in this whatever? Well, Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues insider with The Athletic, I believe answered a question from somebody in his latest piece. Would it hurt the Blues, help the Blues in the long run, or do you see it as not changing anything? Go ahead.
I wrote that.
Marshy, you wrote this is your brainchild. So go ahead and kind of spell out why you had this thought, and then I can read off JR's part if you need.
Well, it has to do with what JR wrote, and when I come up with a question, I'm just wondering, would it hurt the Blues this unintended one-off season? Would it help the Blues in terms of, okay, maybe they get a really good draft pick and that player then becomes a huge part, maybe a superstar, the superstar that you're looking for? We're seeing what Matthew Schaefer's doing right now with the New York Islanders. Or do you really not see, they are still in a rebuild, maybe it doesn't really do anything. And then because next year they can come back and they're a different team. Right. I don't know.
All right, so this was from JR. He says the Blues made a legitimate effort to compete for a playoff spot, but what if it is unexpectedly turning into a season in which the McKenna sweepstakes is more likely? It's not that far-fetched, as Money Puck currently has their odds of receiving the number 1 overall pick at 9.9% higher than their odds of making the playoffs, which is at 9.5%. And according to Puckpedia, they will have about $25 million in cap space next offseason to supplement their roster. Now, we're a long ways away of drawing any sort of conclusions on this season, but in the spirit of the question, what do you guys think? If this season is rough, what do you think the unintended consequences are?
Yeah, if is a big word in this. They're 5-8-3. They're 16 games into the season. Mm-hmm. If at 26 or 36 games into the season, you're still in 9th place here as far as the playoff wild card rankings are concerned, if you're still at the bottom of the barrel, then I think this discussion becomes more prominent. And I think you owe it to yourself as an organization and to your fan base to look at it and say, okay, we're 26 or 36 games in, and we're 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th place in the conference. That's just a conference, not the league. We probably should start looking at options. And the options would be, who can we trade to get something in? But now everybody's, trade Braden Shen, or this. Okay, but if we're sticking true to what the question is, if this year becomes a one-off, you have to be careful not to make deals that impact you beyond this year.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And that's the catch, right? Because everybody's like, well, then you got to tank. Problem is, you have a team that did what it did last year. So then to tank for the Gavin McKenna sweepstakes, you would have to try and get rid of good players that would ensure that you would be getting worse. But then it's not a one-year project. Now we're into the rebuild. Now you're out of even the retool. You've taken 4 steps backwards at that point.
I agree.
So I think the proper order of business here is to let this play out. As hard as it is, as much as we don't like watching it, if you truly want it to be a one-off, and we're not even sure it is yet.
Yes.
Okay, but it's trending in a direction where you're feeling uneasy. And I get it. I watch the games too. I see the numbers. I see what's going on here too. But if it's going to be a one-off, then you have to just let it go. Like, you have to just be like, you know what? I'm going to just watch the games. If I'm Doug Armstrong, I'm Alex Steen, I'm going to wait right till the very last minute, which would be the trade deadline, and see if I can't tweak a couple things in order, because otherwise you have to get rid of, you have to look to trade Braden Shen. You have to look to move on from Justin Falk, which I know some people, God, get rid of that guy. Okay, but then we've seen what our defensive depth is currently, right? Logan Mailloux, not ready. Matthew Kessel, not ready. Tyler Tucker, struggling to be ready. That's your bottom, like those are guys, like, You get rid of Justin Falk, you have to elevate one of those guys.
Right. Who hasn't earned it in that scenario.
And you don't have that guy.
Right.
So, yes, the hair trigger thing to do is like, let's get Gavin McKenna. Okay. Mm-hmm. But then you're bad for 2, 3, 4 years maybe.
Just how good is this Gavin McKenna?
I mean, he profiles.
Just wondering.
He profiles that he could be a generational talent.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's no
hell yeah.
But there's no guarantee. He hasn't dominated college hockey as much as he dominated junior hockey.
Gotcha.
Does that mean he's not a great player? No, it doesn't mean that. But like if you look at Macklin Celebrini, I would say they're probably pretty close when it comes to what they could be. And again, it's early in both of their careers, so who knows? Heck, it's early for Connor Bedard, although I still stand by what I said about that one. Mm-hmm. He's having a better year, though, this year. Mm-hmm. But again, there's no guarantee that player is the generational talent. There's no guarantee that he's Ovechkin, Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon.
So I think I don't want to speak for you, but I think what you're saying is you let it play out. Like, whatever is going to happen is going to happen until you get to the trade deadline. Like, you don't force your hand right now because this team could turn. We saw most of these core guys turn it around and win 12 games in a row and put themselves in the playoffs. You saw that happen. So to think that they don't have that in them or that that ability is not there would be foolish. But I think you do let it play out. Mm-hmm. And if guys continue to stink, then you just continue to stink. And there's really nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. Like, the guys got to play. I love the notion that, they need to coach them better. They need to bench them. Man, you got who you got. You dance with who you came with. And they have players that if they're not playing well enough, they ain't going to win. And it's on the players. The coaches can do everything. They coach you up in practice. They go over scenarios. It's that. Now, those guys are there all damn day and night. And the players have to do their job. And if they don't, if you're in the front office, you're like, all right, well, I don't think you panic. I don't think you budge. I think you just let Carey, it play out how it's going to play out.
You're 100% right, but there's nothing you can do.
Correct.
Because I'm looking at the salary cap situation, and we've talked about this already. Kyrou, Thomas, Buchnevich, full no trade clauses. Full. So those guys are on your roster anyway. So if they pick up their game, you can't tank. You can't. If all of a sudden they become the point of game players that you want them to be at some point during the season, you will not be a team that is tanking. Mm-hmm. Braden Shen has it's a 15-team no trade. But do you want to trade your captain when you're supposed to be coming out of this retool?
Right, no.
Like, you want to trade him for the next year? Like, depends what you get, I guess.
I mean, if somebody wants to lose the trade, you have to consider it. But ultimately, Jamie, I agree with what you're saying. No, you want that guy in place and the leadership in place for when you come out.
But you're seeing right now, you don't have the player to replace him yet.
Right.
Otherwise, those guys would be kicking the door in. Dvorsky was an outside chance to play even in the NHL this year. Now, he's gotten up. He's played very well.
Right.
So I'm just looking at it overall. And on defense, you're not trading Parayko. I mean, you could trade Falk, but you really can't trade any defenseman because you don't have the depth. Lindstein isn't ready. Fisher, not ready. Jiricek, not ready. Mayu, not ready. Kessel, not ready full time.
I think my thought process is if you're a bottom feeder team this year, like, are you actually coming out of are you ready to make that next step for the retool?
But because your contracts tell you are.
Well, I understand that. And I'm not even saying that the Blues would even grab, McKenna at number one. There's a chance that they could draft top three. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to getting Keaton Verhoff.
Yeah,
right-handed shot defenseman.
Really bad.
Absolutely.
We'd have to be assuming that the Blues are going to be this bad all year long.
I mean, the past couple of weeks have been saying, they're going to get out of it. They're going to get out of it. They haven't.
They're 16 games in. And I know that's
absolutely.
I know it's nauseating to hear that over and over again. I get it. But the contracts that the Blues have tell me they are out of the retool.
But that's concerning that they're playing this way with those contracts.
It's fine. You're right. You're not wrong. I will say 100% right, which is why Jimmy Montgomery and everybody say this is not acceptable. This is not who we are, because you can't be with this much money committed to this. Like, this is a cap team. It is a cap team, and you're in the bottom of your conference.
And I think with this question, I don't necessarily think that it does ultimately hurt the team, because if you do hold on to Braden Shen, you're like, hey, we're just gonna ride this out, and the team just isn't good. Well, then, hey, you're drafting, and
you're still getting that pick.
You're still getting that pick, and then maybe next year this is the whole unintended one-off, right? If this is just a bad year, it's a fluke year. Next year they got, and all of a sudden they're, like the Anaheim Ducks or the Utah Mammoth, and oh my gosh, we got a top 3 pick, by the way. Like, didn't things look a little bit better?
And
I don't necessarily think it
you can make decisions in the offseason too.
Oh, absolutely.
If there's a trade debt, or not at the draft, whatnot. If you're sitting there going, do we keep Binnington and Hofer? Is that make sense anymore? Was it a bad year for one or the other or both? Like, then you can really evaluate. I think right now in season, it's really tough to be super uber aggressive and just dump everything.
When you could just chalk it up to a fluke year, and if it happens 2 years in a row, well, then you have some conversations that I think you need to have.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
All right, I know we still have to do Light the Lamp. We'll figure out a spot to do it in the 5 o'clock hour, because Marsh and Jamie took us completely off clock this segment. Week 10 NFL Stack Up next on 101 ESPN. Fun.
Cheap, fun. Let's get dirty, St. Louis, with my friends over at Dirt Cheap, and the holidays right around the corner. Little cold weather, you can feel it. Had the fireplace going last night, and had a nice pour of bourbon right there on a big ice cube. The Buffalo Trace that I got over at Dirt Cheap, and that's what you can do too. They've got lots of great selections when it comes to your bourbons. They got the Buffalo Trace, Elijah Craig, the Woodford. I mean, amazing options for you, and the prices are not gouging you either. That's just the bourbon. If you're looking for the red wine, I picked up a nice bottle of Caymus not too long ago. Had a nice little steak dinner, a little Caymus with that. Of course I did, and priced accordingly. Why? Because Dirt Cheap is all about customer service. Also, don't forget to download the Dirt Cheap app. There's lots of savings. As soon as you download it, you just punch in your phone number every time. You get a little bit of money back all the time you can use later on. If you can qualify for certain raffles. You get the inside track on certain sales that are going to have. You can place an order for pickup or delivery with the app. It really is awesome. So go check out the cheapcheapfunfun.com website. Again, that's cheapcheapfunfun.com. Whatever your taste, you'll find it at Dirt Cheap. Order ahead with that Dirt Cheap app, and remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
Stack up.
511. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. All right, time for our Fast Lane Stack Up. The top 10 teams in the NFL, and we have to come to some consensus on it in order for any of it to count. This should be interesting.
I'll say Eagles. Say aye.
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 Oh,
aye.
Snap. I got the Eagles
What the
number
hell
one.
are y'all doing?
I got the Patriots.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Marshy?
Patriots just beat the Buccaneers, a formidable opponent. And they actually played real good football, not like the Eagles.
You know what the Eagles did? They won. That's all they care about.
That looked good, didn't it, Carey?
Yeah.
You talked about it earlier. Actually, go back, Marshy. Pull that sound where Carey was just absolutely disgusted with the game last night.
It was a terrible win, but it was a terrible what? Win.
What's
Better
the
than a
record for the
terrible
Eagles?
loss. 7-2.
Oh, Patriots are 8-2. 7 in a row, pal.
They haven't had a break yet.
7 in a row.
Marsha, who you got?
I have the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
I think
That
they're one of
sucks.
the best offenses in the league. They have one of the best defenses in the league. I look at their point differential right now. It's at 103. It's the second best in the NFL behind the Indianapolis Colts. If you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, plus 26.
Boo.
I just don't like the way
Patriots plus 73.
I don't like the way the Philadelphia Eagles are winning games. I think it looks kind of sloppy at times. And Seattle's just crushing teams. They look almost unbeatable.
I think that was a well-put statement. Anthony, you had who?
Eagles.
Eagles it is. All right.
Eagles number one. Yeah. All right. Number 2, Marsh. I'm assuming you're going to present the Seahawks like you just did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to present the Patriots.
I got the Patriots.
Okay.
Who you have?
Patriots.
Yeah, okay. Patriots number 2.
Yep. I mean, they go on the road. They have
That's
passed,
a hell of a win.
They have passed damn near every test this year.
They have.
7 in a row, boys.
Patriots have been outstanding. Now, I do have the Seahawks at 3.
Who do you have?
I had the Colts.
I have the Colts as well.
Nah.
I do. What?
Marshy? Seahawks, right?
Well, I had the Seahawks.
We gotta come to an agreement. Who do you have? You got the Seahawks?
Well, yeah, the Seahawks.
Yeah, if Marsh, if I may.
Yeah.
No, please don't.
The Colts almost lost to the Falcons.
Now, if I may, Seahawks, everything that he said was outstanding about them. They played phenomenal. They were up 38-7 against the Arizona Cardinals. And then they decided, you know what? We believe in charity. It's almost giving season. They gave the damn ball away 3 times, allowing the Cardinals to say, oh, we're back in it. 2 of the touchdowns that they got were defensive touchdowns, probably poor play by the damn Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, I watched the Indianapolis Colts and a young man, my vote for NFL MVP. I know Jamie is supposed to be a quarterback award. My vote for NFL MVP. I know, that's what I said. It's supposed to be a quarterback award, but this guy is going to buck all the trends. Ooh. Right? Right? He's going to get past all of those trends of the NFL MVP having to be a quarterback award. And Anthony, who is that young man?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor
Carey,
is an outstanding running back.
A point differential of 115.
They are
that leads you
phenomenal.
If I may.
In what they do.
If I may. They almost lost to the Falcons.
Almost did what?
Did they though?
On the road, in an environment that they've never been in Berlin. Yeah, the field is
tough to play there.
It's tough. The time change.
The Falcons run 3 plays, and they almost lost to that crap
and
team.
They
run 3
them,
plays on offense.
And I watched the Seahawks give the ball away because they didn't want to beat the Arizona Cardinals by 50.
They didn't almost lose to Bijan Robinson. They almost lost to Tyler Algier.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I will give number 3 to the Colts. They do have a better point differential, and they have one more win than Seattle. So
I take back what I said yesterday about you turning and heel turn. You're a good man, Marshy. Colts at 3.
Colts it is.
Look at that.
Well, to be realistic here.
Marshy, I like your honesty. Don't worry about him.
Yeah,
No.
I'm realistic.
No, that's fine.
Marshy, who's your pick here for 4?
Seattle.
Okay.
No.
I got the Rams here at 4.
I got the Lions.
But
I got the Lions.
Oh, no.
No, I got the Lions.
You said you can't do that.
Lions are a juggernaut. The Lions are a juggernaut. They're 6-3 plus 83 point differential. They win on the road. They win at home. One of the best offenses in the league.
if we're doing that,
Give me those Lions.
I'll flip to the Seahawks because I do have them at 5 behind the Rams. So
No, you
I'll
already
go
casted
Seahawks.
your vote.
No.
You already casted your vote. And I casted my vote. My vote is the Lions.
You know what? I'll flip to the Seahawks.
Thank you.
No, I'm being fair here. I'm not being mean.
That was spiteful.
No, I'm looking at 7-2. They've won 4 in a row, 103-point differential. The Lions have stubbed their toe a few times.
Thank you.
I would say, in this case, if I'm being completely honest, and I love the Lions, I want them to be here at 4, but I could go with the Seahawks on this one.
I got Seahawks.
Now at 5, I'm going to present the Lions.
Who's yours?
No, stop. You go. He should go first every freaking time.
Rams.
He should do.
They got the league MVP, Matthew Stafford, who's got more touchdowns than Jesus.
Now he won't say Lions.
Best offseason, or best offense. You know how I feel about Sean McVay.
I had the Rams here as well. No, I did have the Rams. I told you I flipped
You had the Rams
Seahawks.
the last one.
I had but we switched
I
it.
got the Lions here.
I got the Rams.
I just gave in on the Lions.
Have you met him?
I know, but this is stupid.
Rams. Right, CD?
He knew I had the Rams. That's why he said
Right,
it.
CD?
That's why I know. That's why he said it.
All right.
I said it after,
Marsh.
though.
I have the Rams as
There
well.
you go.
I have Seattle and the Rams are the top 2 teams in the NFL right now.
I'll tell you what, Jamie.
It'd be hard to clap with broken hands.
We got 6.
Lions. Got the Lions at 6.
I do too.
Anthony?
Lions.
That was easy.
That's the first one.
This is going to be difficult. Who is at
Anthony,
7?
who do you have at 7?
Who I have at 7? I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh.
Did you not watch them this weekend?
I did. Yeah.
I have the Chargers. I'm sorry. I was out of turn.
Chargers?
I have the Chargers.
At 7, I called this team a fraud yesterday, and I do think that they are frauds, but they have a decent record, and I can't ignore that. So I have the Denver Broncos at 7.
Read that. What do I have here at 7?
Yeah, you got the Broncos.
I got the Broncos
That's fine.
at 7. I wrote it down earlier today.
I can go Broncos here because I got the.
They got a good
flipped
defense.
mine. Yeah,
That's a record. I mean, I know it's, but if we're basing off like
I
Carey
hate it,
says
though.
about the Eagles, they just keep winning.
They
Well,
do
the
keep
Broncos
winning.
just keep winning.
They do keep winning.
Like, what do you want me to
That's
tell
fine.
you?
8.
They've won
Chargers.
7 in a row. Luckily, they're just lucky.
I have the Chargers at 8 as well.
Chargers at 8.
I've got the Chargers at 8.
There you go.
Chargers it is. 9?
I had the Buccaneers at 9.
Who do you got at 9,
The
Carey?
Baltimore Ravens at 9.
Oh, that's a little bit of a stretch.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are they not trending in the best direction of
Trending is
anything?
fine, but
The Buccaneers lost.
one game.
Yeah,
Who do you
don't
got,
got
Marsh?
the Bills on there.
At number 9?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'll go Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
Tampa Bay, they're a 3-loss team. I mean, New England's a good football team.
Yeah. I think we
Bucks.
learned that.
Bucks at 9.
Oh.
And at 10, Jamie?
I have the Bills. I hate it.
You could put the Bills on there after watching
I don't like it,
them
Gary.
play in
I
Miami.
just said I don't like it.
I
If
got
you
the-
don't like my pick, don't pick mine.
I had the Ravens at 9. But since you all hate the Ravens, I'll
hate
go
the
with the Chicago Bears.
We just don't love them as much as you do.
First time on the list. The Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears.
That's a tough one for me.
Chicago Bears.
Marsh?
This team is not looking good right now, but the Bears have not beaten anybody good, and they have a negative point differential.
Yes, they do. That they stink.
Give me the Green Bay Packers at 10.
Oh, my.
Wow, Anthony, we're all split up here.
They have a Super Bowl caliber defense.
They do.
Yeah, they
do.
Unfortunately, they can't put those guys
And the
on
Ravens
offense.
won with a defense one year, so you know.
That's true. Give me the Chiefs.
Oh, God.
Okay. I will abandon the Bills, and I would jump on the Chiefs bandwagon faster than the other ones.
Who did the Chiefs play last week?
The
They had a bye week.
Bills. They had a bye and lost to the Bills, who
lost
we
to
had
the
a full
Bills the
segment
week
on talking
before.
crap
Quiet,
about
Anthony,
them.
hang
What
on.
are we doing?
Let me pump the brakes.
I'm sorry.
That you came up with.
I'm sorry.
The Bears, which you hate.
How did the Packers done?
I had
Lost
the
the
Packers.
Browns, lost the
I don't like
Panthers.
that. I don't like any of these.
Then let's all
Let's
come
go
to a
with the
consensus.
Ravens.
No, yeah, the Ravens actually They've won
I was
3
at.
in a row. And based on the concept of the game, it's week to week to week.
There you go.
I would go Ravens.
Baltimore
They have a
Ravens.
losing record.
They've won 3 in a row. But they're losing record
quarterback
without
was hurt.
Lamar
They
Jackson.
didn't even look good last week against my Vikings. Who were terrible.
You were pumping
it's
up your
rough playing in the Twin
2
Cities,
weeks ago.
Marchie.
By the way, Chiefs, best point differential in the AFC West. Since we're all hot and bothered by these point differentials.
The AFC West, huh?
They are third in the AFC. Who the hell is in the AFC West?
The Broncos and Chargers, the two teams we have.
Third
The
in
two
their
teams.
division.
Yeah, so what? They'll
You know
play the
what?
Broncos this weekend and they'll beat them.
You know what? Let's go with the Bears.
All right, Bears.
The Bears.
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 That's
They got
fine.
a big matchup this week.
All right.
What's your problem?
He likes him at 10 because that's his cursed spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's what he's
They
doing.
must be
All
playing
right.
the Vikings next week.
Probably.
March,
What are
would,
you talking
why don't
Ah,
you,
there it is.
March, why don't you go ahead and run it?
You guys didn't catch on to that?
All right, Philly at number 1. Number 2, New England. At 3, the Indianapolis Colts. At 4, the Seattle Seahawks. At 5, the Los Angeles Rams. 6 is the Detroit Lions. At 7, the Denver Broncos. 8, the Los Angeles Chargers. At number 9, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And at 10, the Chicago Bears.
Who, in fact, play the Vikings. You're all sick. All of you.
Green Bay was number 10 last week.
How'd they do?
They lost.
Sports Six Pack is next. Part 1, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Send those questions in. We'll answer them here on 101 ESPN.
Check out Zwickle Light, brought to you by my friends over at Urban Chestnut. It is an elevated light beer brewed by St. Louisans here in St. Louis. Locally brewed, light lager, low calories, low carbs. So if you're like me and you drink a couple of beers, you feel a little bit bloated, some people don't like that feeling. We don't have to have that feeling. How about you hammer down a crisp, clean, refreshing, ice-cold Zwickle Light? Only 95 calories, 3.7 carbs, and it's an anytime beer. Doesn't have to be a special occasion. You get home, you had a tough day at work, crack open a Zwickle Light. Everything is better. If you're having a party, if you're tailgating, you're watching the Blues game, you're watching the football game, you're watching Mizzou, it doesn't matter. Zwickle Light is perfect for all of the occasions. However, I will say that when you're watching a hockey game, it just hits different. That's why it is the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. And people who came over to my house can't get enough. Had a couple of guys trimming the trees the other day say, hey, I see the Zwickle Light there in your garage. I said, yes, it's ice cold right now. I said, hey, you mind if we get a couple of those? When the job's done, boys, here you go, Zwickle Light to go home. They absolutely loved it. So please check it out. Get your Zwickle Light today. Check out urbanchestnut.com as well. They've got lots of beers and events that are going on. You're absolutely going to love everything over there at Urban Chestnut. Remember, St. Louis, keep it light and keep it local.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Part one of the Sports Six-Pack, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, what do we got for question one?
Question number one.
All right, from the 573, who do you think will be the next head coach for the New York Football Giants since Brian Daboll got fired yesterday?
Wait, say that again?
Who's going to be the next head coach for the Giants?
Man.
I saw Marcus Freeman.
Now, why would he go there? Bill Belichick, yeah.
Bill Belichick ain't.
You know,
the Giants love him.
whoever takes that job has to deal with a front office that is, let's be honest, it don't know what the hell it's doing. It flat out doesn't. You might say, all right, well, Jackson Dart, good there. You know, the Giants have been in most games this year. At one point, Brian Daboll, look, Brian Daboll, the record speaks for itself.
Poor guy.
But it's not like the roster was any good.
So, we talked about this before, where Daniel Jones is playing well. Obviously, Saquon has done a fantastic job. But when you have a quarterback, and Brian Daboll got the job in New York with the Giants because of what he had done or what people thought he did with Josh Allen.
Yep.
So, the fact that Daniel Jones now has gone and had the amount of success that he's had, it brings forth the question, were you really part of the reason why Josh Allen had so much success? Because he seems to be doing fine without you still. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know this until yesterday when I started reading up on it. Brian Daboll has been 2-8 to start each season the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. Like, that ain't a winning recipe. Mm-mm. Like, there's nothing that you're doing that is getting you in the position to have success, to win football games and be a playoff contending team. And so you got fired. I don't know if it's I don't know how you fix it. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know which route they go, but they haven't done a good enough job. I do think they are a good head coach. They got some good pieces, especially when they get back healthy. Malik Neighbors get back healthy. Cam Scatterboot get back healthy. I think the offensive line has done a decent job. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Jackson Dart got hurt on Sunday. But I think if they get back healthy next year and have a head coach that can kind of rally them together and get them going, I think they could be a decent
but who
team.
is that head coach?
Yeah, I don't know. Because the coordinators, right? The list of coordinators, it's not an attractive list.
It's not. To me, there's not a retread that's out there either that's attractive.
Right.
Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, I mean, I would take Kevin Stefanski if he got fired by Cleveland.
What? Why?
Because at least I know he's been in he has gotten the Browns to the playoffs.
So he's the best of the worst?
Yeah.
Okay. Not for me.
Yeah.
Are you going for
I'd rather try a younger guy to give him an opportunity than a retread who has mailed it in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He's given up, in my opinion. He's not playing a talented young quarterback because he refuses to play the pick that he was forced to take, all that stuff. Like, that is not the sign of someone I want leading my team. You do what's best for the damn team. Even if you don't like it, you do what's best because it's not about you. You're the leader of men, not the leader of one. And so he would be off my list. I wouldn't even call him scumbag.
You know nothing about him.
I know that.
We'll just keep going.
Would you want to
got the Browns in the playoffs?
Oh, yes. Let's celebrate that.
No, you should celebrate that.
That's what's going to go on his Hall of Fame ring. He got the Browns in the playoffs.
He's the coach of the year. Yeah. Twice, I think.
With who?
With the Browns.
Yeah.
He's refusing right now. This team sucks. His team stinks.
Mm-hmm. I think he wants to be fired.
Yeah.
But that's what you want leading your team?
He got saddled with Deshaun Watson. It's a tough break, you know?
A talented young quarterback that they overpaid for.
Yeah.
That's not his fault, is it?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay.
I agree.
They had a talented young quarterback.
Who?
Kevin Stefanski.
When?
This guy. I don't like him as coach.
Okay. All right.
You know what, Jamie? You're right, because the Vikings, when they took on the 49ers a couple years back in the playoffs, they stunk. They absolutely stunk. And then Kevin Stefanski got that Browns job. He was the offensive coordinator. I think he mailed it in.
There you go.
That's my opinion.
The guy's a quitter.
Brian Flores. I'd take Brian Flores.
I saw that name, Brian Flores.
I would take Brian Flores.
Well, that's why I just asked you, would you take offense or defense?
Oh, Anthony, don't you
want an offensive guy.
Out of it.
I would want an offensive guy.
You better watch yourself.
What?
For 5 freaking years.
Offense.
Maybe you've told me you get an offensive guy. That way you don't replace him all the time.
100%. I still
and now you
believe
just you're just talking about a defensive guy.
Well, because all the offensive guys are all... I mean, it's not an impressive list. I got to be honest.
So
what do you want, Mike McDaniel? You know?
I do. No, hell no.
You just shot down one of my ideas, and Kevin Stefanski. So
I like Brian Flores.
It's tough.
I think he's done a really good job.
He's a great coach. I think he's a great defensive coach
with the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. I think he was a good coach in Miami.
Oh,
he was fine.
I got a great idea. Great idea, Jamie. I would choose an offensive guy 100% for the Giants. You got to. There's a play caller right now that is so beyond.
Oh, is this already the party?
He's so good. The players don't even understand it. The fans don't understand it. Zach Robinson, Giants head coach. More Sports Six Pack next on 101 ESPN. Take Zach Robinson, please.
Anthony, I was talking to some guys today, not even at the gym, just out in general, and they were describing, how they had tried various ways to increase their energy, feel better, and lose weight, and do all this stuff. I asked them, I said, you guys ever get any blood work done? I said, well, no, why would we do that? I said, because the blood work has all the answers.
Very true.
And they're right in and around our age as well. And so I told them, I said, get into mentality. They do full blood panel. And then you're going to find out why you don't have energy, why you're putting on weight, why you're not feeling the same way. And odds are it's low testosterone, but you're never going to find that out unless you do the blood panel.
Absolutely. And once you do the blood panel, if you find out that you're low on testosterone, then all of a sudden you know why you have low energy. You're tired all the time. You're moody. You're irritable. And you're just not wanting to get into the gym and do the things that you used to do. And you finally make the decision like Jamie and I did. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So Mentality's there to help. They offer FDA-approved testosterone therapy. They do a great job of making sure that you understand what the results are saying to you and what their program does. The results are you do get the drive back. You do burn the belly fat and build strength. You boost your mood. You feel like yourself again. You feel much younger. That's how Jamie and I feel, and you can as well. Mentality makes it simple. Treatments fit your schedule. They offer 2 different locations, one in Chesterfield, one in South County. If you want to know more, visit them at mentalityhealth.com. Book your appointment or just head down there. You'll see the difference right away. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you. It's Mentality.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Blues take on the Calgary Flames tonight. We'll have that game for you right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is now. Question 2 there, Marsh.
Question number 2.
All right, from the 618, how is Milan Lucic doing on his PTO with Springfield?
I think he's doing okay. I know that the fans are enjoying it. They are selling out the building. They call it the Thunderdome there for the Thunderbirds, and they're selling out the games, and looks like Luch is having some fun playing the game of hockey again. As far as his play on the ice is concerned, I don't think it's about goals and assists while he's down there. I think it's about making sure that he's up to what today's NHL would consider to be NHL speed. He's a big physical guy. He can certainly help the team, but only and only if he's able to keep up and play with good pace and get to the areas that he needs to be in order to be effective. So I think it's going well. Like I said, for him, he's never been a goal scorer, like a dynamic player. So it's not about putting up 3, 4, 5 goals a game down in the American Hockey League. But I do hear that he's been a phenomenal leader down there. Great guy with the younger players and doing his thing that way. So that's always good, too.
Question number 3.
From the 636, I asked ChatGPT about the biggest moments in program history for Illinois and CMU.
Oh.
It returned 7 for the Chips, but only 4 for the Illini. How could that be?
Depends on how you define a big moment, you know? Some people define it, almost did it again. So I was going to take a shot for no apparent reason.
At me and my Chips?
Nah, not at you.
Okay.
Another program. We talk about
what
regularly.
program?
Another program.
Oh, I got you.
Some people define.
Can't help yourself, huh?
This is in me. I was born with it. Some people define big moments. I would like to know what those 4 big moments were for the Illini, though. That's pretty cool.
Well, what would be your guess?
Probably the victory over Ohio State for the 2007 team. That took them to the Rose Bowl, I would assume. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, are we talking individual efforts? Because I still believe Howard Griffin has the record for touchdowns in a college football game, which was 8. So is that one of them? I don't know. Be intrigued to know. If you want to text in 636, you can just, copy and paste. Let us know.
I know my Chips beat Oklahoma State.
Wow.
On the final play of the game in Stillwater the one year when they were a massive underdog. I know we beat Michigan State as well.
There's 2.
Let's see here. I mean, I'm guessing we're probably not going to count the MAC championships along the way.
There's 3.
How about the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft, Eric Fisher?
4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you all ever beaten the number 1 team?
Probably.
Just asking.
Have you?
I don't know. I probably. They beat the Ohio State. You damn right we did. The hell you talking about? I beat them twice in college.
Guys, we need to move on. There's too much success that we're talking about. We can go on and on.
It could be forever.
Yeah.
Question number 4.
Speaking of college football from the 314, does anybody think Eli Drinkwitz is going to jump ship. $9 million is a lot of green.
That's what he's getting paid now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to come 10 or better. You know what I mean?
Let's see here.
So let me ask you guys a question, and this is going to be completely unpopular, I bet, with Mizzou fans who are completely unreasonable at times. Not all of you, but like if
This
you're
is the point where we start recording.
Yeah, this exactly. So that somebody can give him a wave.
That's all we
There we go.
That's all we give
This
him a
is going to
wave.
be on Twitter later. Okay. What's the guy?
I don't know.
Miz.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Miz is the guy, I think. Anyways.
The wrestler.
Yeah, the Miz. No, but I'm being honest when I ask this question is why would, if the programs, specifically Penn State and Florida, okay, Auburn and all that stuff and all the other ones, I know there's a bunch of them out there, but for Drink to jump, I do believe it would have to be to a better situation. I don't know. I think Auburn, maybe. I look at it as lateral a little bit from Mizzou. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, I stand corrected. But why would Penn State or Florida just be coveting Eli Drinkwitz? Like, I know Eli's done a really good job with Mizzou, a mid to upper tier program. But what has he truly done to show a blue blood or LSU, like a blue blood team that he can take you every year to the playoffs and then compete for a national championship?
Do you know, sometimes, Jamie, when there's a draft.
Here it comes.
I'm not. Draft. It could be an NHL draft. It could be an NFL draft. So let's just use NFL.
I know what you're going to say. You take the best player available.
Quarterback, right?
All right.
Quarterback. How did that quarterback be? Why was he the first quarterback off the board? Because he just happened to be the best quarterback in that class.
Born at the right time.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. My question was
I don't think
deeper
you're
than
wrong.
that, but,
is he the best available?
I don't know who's complete. Like, is Lane Kiffin available? Because if Lane Kiffin's available, I think Lane Kiffin would be.
But is James Franklin's available?
Right.
You think he's better than Drink? Penn State did for a while.
Yeah. I mean, James Franklin's not. It's the same argument.
But that's my point overall. He just got gassed out of Penn State, and Penn State's going to do the whole 180 and go, well, that's our guy right there.
Sure. But Jamie, you can talk yourself into anything.
Right, Jamie can't.
These programs can talk themselves into anything.
It was a question I had. Whatever. Guys, you're right. You're right, Anthony. Give Eli $15 million a year at Penn State. You're right. Carey, you're right, too. $15 million at Florida.
Well,
they offer $15 million.
That video would never make.
Bye to him.
Yeah, it would never make the Miz
All of a
video.
sudden, that's going to get cut off there. Yeah.
Let's wave bye.
That's
On
the
to
end
the
of the
next
video, folks.
Yep.
On to the next algorithm.
Question number 5.
All right, from the 314, did you guys forget to do light the lamp?
Yes. Until now.
A couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shooter!
I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoot! Score! We got hockey to learn.
Question. We have a few names as one pointers. Could we shuffle the deck a little bit?
No.
Booch is at a one pointer. I mean,
It's not my fault, Carey.
No.
No,
Just
we
don't
did
pick
that.
'em.
What? Okay.
We didn't allow movement last year.
Just
we
don't
did
pick
in
'em.
football.
No,
in baseball.
We don't do football.
In baseball, I know we don't.
We didn't do movement in baseball.
I'm pretty sure we did.
No, once it was
What do
set,
we
it was
got?
set. We didn't have the rotating
Marsh,
thing.
go
We
ahead.
got to go. Marshy's mad at you already.
Yeah, he is. Go.
Jamie, 8
What else?
points. Carey, 6. I have 5. Anthony with 1.
All right, give me Snuggie.
Give me. You know what? Give me Bukestad.
He's been scoring.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
You know
Three-pointer,
what?
too.
Give me Pavel Buchnevich.
Oh, wow.
That's a risk.
I hope it works.
It is a risk.
Give me Jordan Cairo.
That's not a risk.
It's Fastlane on 101
No
ESPN.
risk.
What we learned, 3 stars
No reward.
today. Next on 101 ESPN.
Selling your home can be complicated. It can be difficult to figure out, one, the time of year to sell, the price of your home. You may not even know what the comparables are for your home. So don't just trust any real estate agent. You should trust somebody who has been in the business for a really long time, sells a lot of homes, and specifically understands the market here in St. Louis. That's Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and she fits all of those things right there. She's going to sell your home as quick as she possibly can because she understands exactly what the St. Louis real estate market is doing currently. Not last week or 2 weeks ago, currently, right now, and she knows where it's headed. That way she can help you price your home accordingly to get the most money for your home, but ultimately sell quickly, especially if you're listing this time of year. You want to sell that home quickly. You want to get that money back in your pockets, the holiday season, and you want to move on. So please give her a call. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Don't forget, you can check out Marsh and Moon this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30 at the Hot Shots in Arnold. They're going to be out there for the Thursday night football game. You can go head out there, watch the game with them, get signed up for some Point and 101 ESPN giveaways, enjoy a cold Bud Light. That's this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30 with Andrew Marsh, Moon, and Bud Light at the Hot Shots in Arnold. All right, Marsh, what do we got for 3 stars of the day?
All right, let's do those 3 stars.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
Our 3rd star of the day goes out to Jamie's Bluetooth issues.
Yes. Still a pain. Still a pain. Still haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Thanks,
Sorry
Carey.
about that.
You know what, though? I have a feeling that you will, because dinosaurs and people, which is our 2nd star, always find a way. Finding a way is our 2nd star.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to all the veterans out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Well played,
Well done,
yes.
Marsh. Absolutely.
Thank you all for your
Yes,
service.
happy Veterans Day to everybody. We certainly appreciate. I mean, everybody either knows or has a veteran within their family, and certainly want to give thanks to them for all their service and making sure that we have our freedoms that we have today. Man, we wouldn't be doing this show without our veterans. So, and what they did for our country.
It's amazing to just. I was at an event on Saturday, just a Will Be Inspired event. Will Bates did start a lot of people from the military there and whatnot, and to hear their stories and things that they are, they go through and what they've gone through and how they help out, and they're just giving back to the community all the time. It really is. It's an honor to be amongst a lot of these veterans.
Shout out to my favorite veteran, my mother.
Yeah.
Love you. Love you, Mom.
Absolutely.
We love you too, Mom.
Thank
My
you.
father was a veteran as well in the
My
Army.
brother.
So your brother?
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to the family there. Absolutely.
A lot of veterans.
Okay, don't forget we got Blues and Flames pregame at 6 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. We got the puck drop at 7 o'clock. Let's hope our Blues can get this thing rolling. Want to watch good hockey? Want to listen to good hockey? Want to talk about good hockey, boys?
Do that hockey.
Do that hockey, yeah. So I see a Jordan Kyrou hat trick tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, man.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Absolutely.
All Blues fans would be happy with that.
Well, some.
Actually, probably only half of them.
For Jamie
The other half
Rivers.
would be like, great
for
trade him
Carey
now.
Davis, for Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. See you.